But yeah, sure, go right ahead. Whatever you like.
No, you have your despairgasm. It's only
No,
fitting.
that's later. That I'm doing the thing with the fuck. We'll get there.
Whoa, lemons.
Every time I say we'll get there, you're immediately like, ah, we must be halfway there. Of course.
Ever the optimist. The glass is half a glass. Oh yeah, I'm actually live at... Elliot is here already. And I haven't even... I prepared the tweet 57 years ago and it has now been twote. Because that is the past tense of... Just the past tense, you know how it be. But yes, Elliot, how are you doing this evening? We're probably going to finish the second of the Rimpled Dingus. I have a fresh bottle of water. Well, it's a bottle of water. The bottle isn't fresh and the water is drawn from a tap, so comparatively fresh. Fresh. Oh,
Santiago.
oh, Elliot, part of the notification squad, because I didn't realize anyone did that with me, so I'm flatato. I'm literally potato pancake flatato. You know?
Oh, that is a good Maki picture. This is why I shouldn't be on Twitter.
Meow. Are you looking up porn on my good stream?
Excuse you, first of all, so what if I am? I mean, I put Wendy in my videos. I don't think there's anything that could make me hotter than that. Second of all, no, actually, it's... Well, okay, maybe this one could count as porn. But most of them can't. Because, usually it's better than that and things.
Meow.
Did my tweet actually even go out? Or
Yeah.
did suddenly... It did? Good.
Well, I received it. You tweeted all over me, Heather. What is our relationship? Answers on a postcard, please.
Please, a postcard? Why are you being so formal about it?
Because then you can put like a chip and pin thing in it, and then you can swipe it like a credit card through your butt cheeks, and then it goes ding.
Oh, I get it! Postcard! Because we're talking about Twitter!
Yes, that was entirely my intention.
Oh, God.
We are not one person, and we are not two people. We are an experience.
We went to person in order to experience the... Experience. This is why I'm on a week break right now.
My brain just conflated several words, and like, I don't know, if they wanted to like really oversell an all-male brothel, but they wanted to get like a real sort of like the sort of weightlifting kind of crowd, it's not a male brothel. It's, you know, no homo. It's just the dick-sperience. It's a dick-sperience. It's a dick-sperience. Welcome to the meat dimension.
Raw meat, yummy.
Because you can't spell sausage without sauce.
Please, Tess, I have water and food in my mouth at the same time. I want to keep my computer's clean. My computer's clean, vaguely clean. Good God. Good leaf.
Yay! I have I don't want to say rubbing off on you because no, but I have influence. I have been an influencer.
I mean, was that much not obvious when I started saying knees for a while there?
I mean, you're welcome to molest your knees. In fact, I think that was a popular dance move in the 70s.
Knee molestation. Molestation. There we go.
Action stations, here come the knees. It's lawnmower o'clock. Because random equals funny. And calling out something that isn't funny is funny because it's self-aware. Deadpool's
Oh
law.
shit, son!
There are so many layers of humor you can't even begin to comprehend it.
And that's why Sonic Boom is a good show.
And that's why moms go to Iceland. Because it's a
What?
pest when you're hungry, and other assorted memes. Set your Bentley to Swamp, Minefield, Christmas, or Mexico. You know,
But only one of them.
you know, Swamp, Minefield, Christmas, Mexico, the 4 who are there, bring them here. That's not
Give me a
foreshadowing.
second.
Oh, really, it isn't. I've started making preparations for my next actual Let's Play, which will be on YouTube. I'm doing streaming on Twitch from probably next stream onwards, but Let's Plays are still going to be on YouTube. I've made preparations, and it's not Majora's Mask. Though I do intend to do Majora's Mask's to quest at some point.
I'll be entirely honest, Tess. If you ever started doing Let's Plays on Twitch, I would unfollow you right now. I need your editing in me, okay?
I need my editing in Moo. In the meantime, I should, while you're having your experience, we need to sort of recap over the 11-year-old's lunch order. Has it remembered which skills I set? Because I'm inclined to think that I didn't get any more between last time and this time, but you never know. Yeah, maybe we got the power of C. Oh yes, how... I grew an Usami. Does Usami poop? And the truth was... Now, in theory, this should be an easy case, because we've got all the information we need just from the investigation, which, in theory, is true of any case, but still, like, there wasn't a murder, so it should be easy, right? Ah, yes. The defendants are made up and the feelings don't matter.
That's one bowl down, which is technically my second bowl. Time to be a fat ass. Here's the third bowl. Yay. Oh, and this one's still warm.
Yeah. Don't mind me just reading back through the bullets of truth. Because how would you spell truth to differentiate it from truth without using the phonetic letter A?
I would just put an apostrophe between the U and the T. Or maybe between the R and the U. I'm not sure. Which would you put, Tess? Because one would be...
I put a
truth.
grav accent on the U, personally.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just replace every letter with an exclamation mark.
See, the timeline of events is starting to really confuse me because, according to this, Hope's Peak as a school was set up because they knew that the Ultimate Despair was coming. Which seems a bit different than what we were told last game, but maybe I'm just remembering the anime better.
Wait, how much of whose anime have you partook?
I've watched 13th episode of the first anime, and that's it.
Okay.
But my god, is it such a good final episode, holy shit! I just really like that last trial, and I can't subject myself to over an hour of anyone going through it, so I prefer just, you know...
Even me?
Well, I'm there too, so, yeah, no.
Well, anyway.
No, I've already watched yours, like, twice, so, like, I don't have the time for that shit, yo. And Super Genius took, like, 7 parts on it, and,
Beef Jesus.
I don't feel like... And each part's, like, over half an hour, so I don't really feel like 3 hours of waiting for Ultimate Despair to show up. So, the anime's the best way to do it. Especially since I fucking love, TikTok Fuck the Wall and that.
I still prefer overall the voice acting from the games, because I experienced them first. I just realized Monokuma's having a giggle in the background. I don't remember how... I don't know if that was in every trial or just this one.
The voice acting in the games are better overall, certainly. But I still think the
voice direction is just as valid, it's just different, and I heard the games first. And also, the anime is based on the games, therefore the games are more canon. Also, I should probably just start a trial.
It's a pacing thing, too. You can make a voice clip sound, a bit longer, a bit shorter in a game, and it doesn't detract from anything, so they were able to give lines the weight they deserved, whereas in an anime, half the time they're fucking trying to lip-sync through translation, which really bothers me sometimes.
Sonic Adventure couldn't do it, so nothing else can. Also, one of the glitch text things said happy birthday, so there you go. My argument is a piece of cake.
Moo.
Anyway, what's the worst that could happen?
I did say I wanted you guys to know the outside world, but this is still a questionable starting topic. Let me ask you this. What is this world's true identity?
Huh? This world's true identity? What kind of question is that?
I don't like where... Surely not. Surely not! Less than... Like, what, 5 text boxes in and we're doing this shit again? Oh, God, and it's speedy as well.
Oh, boy.
I'm guessing virtual.
I guess this is...
Yeah, that fits.
I don't know how to spell virtual, clearly. Oh my god, I would suck at this.
That was easy. But still, it was just... After last trial? No! This bodes well!
This world. This Jabberwock Island we're on.
It's a virtual world that was inspired by the actual Jabberwock Island.
And I was right about that, let's not forget.
Hey!
So, this isn't the real world, but if you want, you can call it the game
Why
world.
would Monokuma answer the fucking question when Hajime was about to? That's really...
Just to add that extra despair for having done another one of those piss-shittle pee-pee poops.
You get it? It's
You
all
can call it
just
the
one
game
big
world.
game.
Oh, fuck.
Are you
Get meta up in here, yo.
serious?
Don't fucking mess with me, you bastard! Did you have us all come here just to tell us bullshit?
If this is a game, are my words being displayed in a text window right now?
Kazuichi's so on top of things. Or rather, in the background, several layers deep. Not behind the background, but behind almost everything else.
That's stupid. There's no way that's even possible.
I know. The all-in-your-mind trope makes you feel such cruel despair.
As opposed to what? Kind despair? Where you feel like there is no hope for humanity, but then... the overall net hope in the world is still better off.
But who cares? I've revived all the suspense and mystery with just one line. 'Cause it's a game.
Then we were
I found out
forced to
Makoto
do it.
died today.
'Cause it's a game.
A lot of crazy shit happened.
'Cause it's a game.
Monokuma appears to have crashed.
'Cause it's a game.
I'd forgotten I called him Candy Crush Soda, but it applies.
Nonsensical abilities.
'Cause it's a
Candy
game.
Crush, I'll have you know.
Literally the same voice line every single time. I'm not going mad at all.
Don't fuck with me! That's not even possible!
I know you guys are pissed, but you were having fun too, right? A world where anything goes only exists in games.
That's not true. Wait, yes it is.
So just force yourself to accept it. This closed space, this game world, was the true stage of this killing school trip.
Whoa.
Just stop. There's no way. There's no way I'm gonna believe that.
Back in the day, people must have reacted the same way when they first saw the airplane take
Aeroplane.
flight.
3 syllables. Get it right.
But
Airplane.
like wearing
Wait.
contact lenses,
Oh, that's right, you
it'll
did spell
stop
it
feeling
differently.
strange
I always
once
forget
you
about
just get
that.
used to
Yeah.
it.
A-E-R-O. Like, it seems obvious that the American spelling is just someone misheard aeroplane and just decided, oh, well, it's an airplane 'cause it flies in the air. Like, autumn is fall 'cause leaf fall down.
Why the fuck do you call it spring, though? It should be called Verna in that case.
I didn't write the language. I just advocate for the superior version of it, America.
Superior doesn't mean it's the best. You should
It
call
just means
it
it's
Verna,
better.
like me.
I mean,
No, I'm not denying that, but I still call it
I know I'm fighting a
Verna.
losing battle anyway,
Fuck you.
because several Yugoslavian languages, I believe listopad is their word for either October or November, except for Croatian, where it's either November or October, whichever one it isn't in the other languages, and it literally means, like, leaf fall.
I mean,
So,
if this really is a
that's what I've heard anyway.
virtual world,
Autumn still sounds better, though.
us.
But so does Verna.
Any
fuck
Yugoslavians
it.
in the audience care to confirm or deny?
You better not say we're fictional characters.
The Future Foundation created this world using a program called the Neo.
Oh, snap! America just got told by Heartbeat. Oh, that's a delicious.
To place the
Is that the
user
Black
in a
Comet?
virtual world by synchronizing directly with the user's brain, which means your bodies still exist in the real.
A
Isn't
body
that the
has
ball
been
of fire?
discovered, just on a different plane of
Oh
reality.
my fuck! It's just straight up the Matrix now. Fuck you guys.
Right now,
I love it.
you're completely
Didn't I say I was
submerged
gonna
in the
watch
game
my language
world,
on this
as
particular
if you're
stream?
dreaming
Fuck.
or something. Simply put, you're, you know, not aviators, but
And if you die in the dream, you die in real life.
An existence created in the game is a copy of the user's real body.
That would explain why Sonia was randomly talking about the placebo effect last time and then freaked out when it was pointed out, but why did you just randomly bring that up? I do not know. Make sure that you get paid before you let him touch you.
Holy shit, Tess, in hindsight, of course Chiaki's the traitor. She's the ultimate gamer. Of course she played the system. Fuck. Ah. Everything's coming
Just regular
together.
avatars, right?
Crunchy Ranch. Everything.
avatars were constructed by removing a specific thing from your bodies in the real world.
What did you remove?
The pancreas. The front tail.
Say,
A piece of toast.
what was removed from us was our school memories, right?
The leg bone.
We're avatars that were created from our
Wow.
memories from before we entered the
I mean, I'm just going through the motions with what logically fits, but what Kazuichi is saying there basically confirms what I was saying about Hyoko. So... She got
So
boobs.
that's why we don't have our memories of our lives at Hope's Peak Academy?
God, I'm jealous.
Don't talk like that! Like we're made from memories of the past. Like we're avatars.
Which begs the question,
Like this
did
is
I
a
kind
game
of
world.
develop more over the time that's missing?
How'd we end up talking about sci-fi crap? I'll never believe it.
How many times
I
do
mean, they
have
all
to
start
tell
at
you?
different ages,
It's
right?
not
Akane definitely looks
sci-fi,
older
it's
than
a
the rest of them.
game.
Oh. And Nekomaru as well. He's large and Oh good, we debate him. So you would have thought they all huddled together, but apparently they have assigned seating. I don't know, what is it that we were even talking about? I don't even know how to have a leg, so, you know, whatever.
Is there any evidence that this is really a game world?
Oh,
You are the evidence.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
What does that mean?
You're the people who are in the thing.
Your avatar's made of memories from before you entered the school.
Oh yeah, Monokomi's
But your
testifying.
actual bodies in the real world are different. Though you have no memories of your time living your school life, your real bodies actually live that.
Yeah,
That must be it.
because the picture of Hyoko. We have proof.
Earlier,
Kind of.
in the teacher's lounge, I found this strange newspaper clipping.
Really? Nobody else actually bothered to do any investigating? We're the only ones.
There's a picture of Hyoko.
I just like the fact that you
She
get to
looked more
consent
like
with
an adult
Monokuma.
than the Hyoko we knew.
I'm going to choose to take that the way it was intended to be understood.
Like an adult? What does that mean?
Since we're
See, I
avatars
never
right
think of
now, we
consent
look exactly
being a
as we did
verb
before
in
we
that
entered the
in that
school.
way, but that's a good point. God, she's cute. Why?
In the real world, we've already lived out our school
I
lives.
hope she grew out of her personality.
Well, she
Which
certainly
means we've
looked more
grown that
gentle.
much older. And among us, some aged so much we didn't recognize
But
them.
hey, I'd still want the murderous sadist. Just
And you
older.
were saying that happened to Hyoko?
It appears Hiyoko had a growth spurt during the school year. Looks like the other shorty graduated for Yuhiko.
Oh, snap.
I can't believe that. You're just making shit up.
But if you guys only had memory loss, your body still should have grown during that time, right? So you should have felt your bodies go through growth spurts. But why didn't you guys recognize each other?
Because we did not know each other before we lost our memories.
If we all met after we lost our school memories, it's no different than meeting each other for the first time.
Weird how they're having to specify this, because, like, duh?
Since we didn't know each other before that, we wouldn't have noticed how much we've all grown.
Ah. The fact they're highlighting before that, that's why Case 2 was so convoluted then, because they, like, Fuyuhiko and friends came from not... Like, that they knew each other before Hope's Peak because of the whole incident with Sato. Lazai! Shit's going
Oh,
down!
that's right.
But yeah,
Two
Fuyuhiko.
existed. I forgot all about that.
Hey, Fuyuhiko.
I've been trying to block
And
that one out of
Peko.
my memory.
Shit pickles, Peko, of course. See, I was busy thinking about Twilight Syndrome murder case, but of course, like, there was that cute picture of them as toddlers. Like, they're the only cute children I've ever seen. And I've seen pictures of me as a child, and I'm like, no, who is this hideous, chubby child with the weird hair and the like, no, I grew into something at least possibly attractive, I'd like to hope, but I was an ugly child, and nobody agrees with me.
Yeah, now that you mention it, seems weird. No, now that I think about it, it's definitely strange.
Strange? What is?
Our school memories. About how many days' worth were taken away.
But Peko still remembered being enthralled to him, and I guess he still remembered her because he remembered their working relationship, so...
As the creators of the Neo World program, only the Future Foundation would know the details, but around 2 or 3 years worth, I assume.
That long?
Out of context, just Kazuichi. That long? If you were penetrated by something that long and thick and hard, you would surely perish.
Peko and I have seen each other almost every single day of our lives. If we lost 2 years' worth of memories, we would have noticed that we were older than we remembered.
So, does that mean our memory loss is another one of Monokuma's lies?
Well, they did say that the Neo World program can replace memories, so maybe they just did a little bit of diddlery.
Your refusal to accept your mutual memory loss is why you can't notice all the important parts.
But then again, maybe we are getting tangled up, because, like, surely if they were to age 2 years but then have those 2 years worth of memories removed, but while they're being put into the... Like, their avatars are based on what they remember, but they've had 2 years worth of memories removed, so they don't remember not looking like the way they currently do, so I don't see why it's a problem. Their confusion is confusing me.
You've lost your memories, end of story. You guys are avatars who had their memories taken from them.
This is a virtual world.
To be fair, there's no concrete proof that what Monokuma is saying is correct. We only know because the world has been glitching out as much as it has.
Are you saying
that,
we just have to accept
I already
that?
forgot her name again. The cute one I like. That she doesn't have an older sister and it's not Photoshop.
I can feel my heartbeat, and I know what I smell like.
That's weirdly specific, Milky Land puddings.
So what do you call these things I'm feeling?
Boobs.
Are you saying these are all lies?
Just because it's a game doesn't mean everything was a lie. Have you heard that when you're hypnotized to believe you've been burned, a burn mark will really appear?
So if our brains believe something is real, it's no different than if it actually happened?
So basically confirming that the dead ones are still dead, then.
Now that you mention it, I did hear about a phenomenon.
Hey, look,
quite
they're using the
similar to
Phantom
that.
Ruby excuse.
In a
Well, this makes
distant
more
country,
sense.
there was a certain
No,
experiment
I'm
carried out
fine
on
with
one of
it.
their
The
prisoners.
Matrix did it right. This does it right. The forces did not do it right.
Because with forces, there is a single external influencer, and it works in, like, from the rules that they laid out in forces, the Phantom Ruby works the same as Zoroark in the Pokemon movies. If you know it's an illusion, you can ignore the illusion and bypass it. Whereas with this, it's being fed directly into their brains. That's shit all they can do. But it's fucking Lotus Eater machine.
The prisoner was blindfolded, strapped to a bed, and had small wounds applied to his toes to drain his blood. That prisoner was left alone in the experiment room, as the sound of dripping blood echoed throughout the room.
I've heard about this as well.
But in fact, his blood was not being drained.
Interesting camera angle.
He was just forced to listen to the sound of dripping water, but he believed he was bleeding to death. However, in spite of that, the prisoner still died.
Maybe it's because he was tied down in a room with no food or water. That's also a possibility.
As expected of Miss Sonia. Your knowledge of state-sanctioned torture is amazing.
You're still gonna be creepy even now, Kazuichi. God damn it, you're lucky you have a
If
fine
lie
house.
is a believable lie. You're saying it might become the truth?
What kind of a praise
We're
is
really
that?
just
Oh my god,
connected
you
to
know so
machines
much
and
about
stuff.
torture. That's fucking hot.
Our consciousness was uploaded into here. So we genuinely believe that this game world was real.
I didn't.
Then the Jabberwock Island we've been living on.
Of course, that's also a virtual world.
Titty typhoon, hanky panky hurricane.
That sea, that beach, the buildings, everything. It's all a virtual world created by the Neo World program.
For some reason, I was expecting him to start, like, listing the alphabet backwards. Like, he got as far as that C, that B. I was expecting that A to follow.
It's just like this space we're in right now. What we see before us is a virtual environment created by the program.
Careful now, you might start causing
It
problems.
looks real because our brains think it's real.
In the end, doesn't even matter.
Alright, so that begs the question then. Why were we hallucinating about all the dead people earlier in this chapter?
Oh. A glitch in the Matrix?
Well, sure, but like if
Ooh.
they're actually dead.
This is happening again.
If everything's a lie, then what should we believe?
Who cares if it's a
I like
lie?
the new color scheme.
Hey, what are you getting
I hope
at?
they keep doing this.
I mean, if this is really a game world, everything that happened here took place inside the game, right?
I come to think of it as well. Oh, you can see sort of the wireframes of, like, everything that was spinning in the background is still there. It's just in wireframe mode. But, like, you would have thought, if they have a virtual courtroom that they know is virtual, surely they're gonna do some fun stuff with that. Surely they must. That's not even a prediction.
Then
That's
that
a
makes me-
why would you not?
That's a good point, but that didn't stop me from not knowing.
That's right. The killings we were forced to commit were part of some silly game.
Silly's a bit of an understatement, but sure.
Everyone who was killed should still be alive in the real world.
Oh,
I wouldn't
yeah.
be so confident.
Just because they died in the virtual world doesn't mean they died in real life.
So, you are saying everyone is still alive?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
poor Fuyuhiko. He
Isn't that
doesn't
right,
know.
Monokuma? What's so funny?
If a lie is a believable lie, it might become the truth. That's what you said earlier, Fuyuhiko.
Don't tell me. You mean...
The Neo World program isn't just any game. It's next-gen software containing the ultimate reality.
Of course, the ultimate reality. Though, that does beg the question, if it was developed by the ultimate programmer, the ultimate therapist, and whoever the other one was that was mentioned in the other stream, why would they program it to be able to kill people? Like, I know the actual killing game and violence and whatever, that was put in by the virus because the truth bullet said so, but why would they program it to be capable of literally making you dead? That seems like a
I think
major design flaw.
The impression I'm getting is the same one the
Speaking of
Matrix
that reality,
gave me,
avatar
which is that
experiences death,
they're trying to say that it's a byproduct. The world that you're experiencing is so real that it's impossible to tell the difference. So your brain honestly thinks you've died and therefore shuts down. This was why at the very beginning Monomi made such a big deal about wasn't it like no violent weapons and no littering or something like that? So that
Of course,
your brain
the deadly case of, oh no, a banana peel. Whoop! And I'm dead.
Well, you say that, but for all we know, that's exactly why she did that, because, you know, there shouldn't have been any way to die, and there shouldn't have been any reason to kill anybody either.
Yeah, but they still found weapons, though. What? Again, design flaw.
Then
Or Monokuma.
died.
Ah yes, Monokuma infected the island and brought with him cutlery.
it's not like their bodies are.
You don't know
completely
that's
dead,
not exactly
so
what
I
happened.
can't say it's a true death, but that's why it's actually crueler instead. All that's left of them are
Cutlery
empty
is such a
husks.
funny word.
But then again, like, if the brain stops functioning, and if it stops functioning for a protracted period of time, then the rest of the body will also shut down with it. There's nothing technically wrong with it, so you could defibrillate the brain and possibly bring it back. I don't think such technology exists, but it's not as if they're still alive but vegetative. It's just that if their brains have been switched off, then the rest of their body will switch off too.
Are you saying they will never awaken again?
Yeah, right, they lost me here.
What the f...
I'm following you 100%. It's the game that has...
Well, nobody's gonna appreciate a game where you don't die when you're supposed to, right?
What game? That's not what we risked our lives for.
If you want to be mad, please be mad at the Future Foundation. They're forcing you to play this game.
But that's not how brain death works, though.
Future Foundation? The people from the Future Foundation made us play this sick game? Everything was their doing?
No, Akane, your boobs are jumping you to conclusions with your athletic abilities. They created a world where violence couldn't exist and then it was infected.
Monomi and Chiaki were...
They betrayed the Future Foundation to protect us. And then we were taken out.
Welcome back, Losford Lobby Boo
So
Hi.
our real enemy is the Future
Losbin?
Foundation.
That's a new one.
Lozarin. Like Rosalind, but lobster.
Why not just lozenge?
Oh, we've got a remix of the thing! It's all beepy and poopy! But yeah, the Neo World program was supposed to not have violence in it, so I feel like that's the hole here. The hole!
The Neo World
my
program
God,
was
Tess,
developed
Jesus.
by
Oh, good quality white
Future
noise.
Foundation, right?
The ones who trapped us in here. It's all the Future Foundation's doing, right?
And the enemy is the Future Foundation.
It keeps crashing just between statements.
I mean, a group that would make it.
That's gonna throw me off if that keeps
No,
up.
that's wrong.
If that, or maybe it's intentional just because, but no, they didn't make the Killing Game, because it was the world without
Originally,
violence.
the world created by the Neo World program, a concept like violence never existed.
Then, why is there killing going on?
The virus that invaded this program is forcing us to kill each other.
Could it be that virus is...
Going to Spain.
You're right.
Yes, Eggman, I'm going to Spain. What was that?
It's giving off a really peaceful vibe.
Where do you think you're going, Amy? Are you going to Spain?
Beautiful. The bulge has returned!
It weird until Usami was remodeled as Monomi.
Monami, what sort of role did such a lost girl like her have in this world?
Hey,
She was the
don't
teacher.
change the
What was
subject.
She was the teacher.
I see.
She was the observer of the Neo World program. Isn't that right?
That's right! She was an NPC that was assigned the role of observer.
NPC? What's that?
It's a nudist potato colony.
non-player character. A character that's not controlled by a person. It's different from avatars like us.
Monami's existence was created entirely by the program, just to monitor the 15 of you.
Please wait. Did you just say 15
I like how
people?
much Kazuichi's the one who's basically accepted all this.
Good for
Forgotten
him.
how to count.
Character
We're
development.
16 people in total.
He was probably excluding the other observer.
Huh? Another observer?
Yeah, you know, the newspaper.
I also find it interesting that we don't have all of the students' death
Aside from the
posters up
15
anymore.
participants, there were 2 observers in the New World program. One of them was Monami, and the other one was...
Could it have been Chiaki?
Basically, as Hubby's pointed out, what did we learn one trial ago, Sonia? I do like that, by the way. Just it was a thing towards the end of Vine, but just as like a comeback to like just a witty response of, you know, something happens, someone gets their comeuppance. What do we learn?
Yeah, you're right.
I just like the sass of that. And woo, salute.
You're saying Chiaki was an NPC?
So you're saying she was just a program? And she didn't actually exist in real life?
I would dispute that. I mean, I can believe Chiaki as we've known her to be an AI because, like, the way that she talked, but judging by the list of subjects that we found in this chapter, I would say that there was also a real, like, she was based on a real person.
Then she wasn't human?
Oh, certainly based on. I'm thinking she was avatar controlled as well, just perhaps separately, like a separate insert or something.
No, that's not it. Chiaki was really alive. Even if she was a virtual existence, she was really alive. Did you forget? She saved our lives, you know?
Don't get all mushy towards a game character.
Huh?
Shut up!
Plus, she wasn't just a little game character. She was a lackey for the detestable World Ender.
Yeah, but World Ender backwards is Red Ned Row.
Now that you mention it, you referred to the Future Foundation by that name before.
That just means it was all a bluff, right? So we think that the Future Foundation was our enemy.
Actually, that's a good point, Elliot. After all the times that I've complained about
Not
games
joke about the
cheating, I'm
world
surprised I'm
ending.
not just accepting the fact that that's why she's still alive. Or was, for right up until last chapter.
That would explain why she was a Mary Sue, but she wasn't.
No, there's
Well,
no
at least
doubt
to
that the
explain
Future
it. I mean,
Foundation
you
is
know,
also World
AIs know
Ender.
your hand in
At
card
least for
games and
those of
shit
us
like
here.
that. I'm not bitter. I've
Hey, what do
picked
you mean,
up
those of
Plants
us here?
vs. Zombies
Why are
Heroes
you loading
since
us with
then.
you?
I swear.
It's just a bluff.
But bluff backwards is for Fulb.
Monokuma, what exactly are you? Like, don't you just show us your true self already?
What, you can't talk?
It is cowardly of you to just ignore us.
Before I reveal my true identity
Oh.
to you guys, it appears the main
Ah!
You're right.
Ah!
Ah! Bum 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 bum. The mighty apocalyptic Red Ned Row. Oh, Rolf Lamo.
Main cast.
Speaking of which,
Oh.
this guy is a member of World Ender.
What? World Ender?
This is where the shit gets good.
Good noises. Oh shit, son, here he
It's not
is.
the Future Foundation's fault. Rather, the fault lies with you guys.
Oh.
All right, I was waiting for you, Makoto. You finally arrived.
So, we made it last. Mike Wazowski.
That wasn't where that voice was meant to go.
My name is Makoto Naegi. Like you, I'm also a former student of Hope's Peak Academy.
Wait a minute, your name is an anagram of most of Nagito Komaeda. How do we know we can trust you?
And right now, I'm a member of the Future Foundation.
You are from the Future Foundation?
Why did someone like you suddenly show up?
Oh, this is fucking fantastic. I'm so glad they were able to bring back his voice acting today.
You came to
He
save
was
us,
voicing
right?
Nagito as well.
Hurry up and save us!
I know, right? Isn't it fucking all? I hope they all come back.
Hey, what happened?
We've already got the ultimate clairvoyant. Meow.
Of course, I don't mind rescuing you guys. But before that,
Yes, hubby, I did. I have modded you accordingly.
you all need to fully accept the situation you're in. Why do you think the Future Foundation decided to put you guys into the Neo World program?
Okay, Lozzie.
Who cares?
Don't poop.
Hurry up and
Don't
get us out
poop,
of
my
here.
child.
Oh my
The
god,
Neo
Tess!
World program has another name. The Hope Restoration Program.
Where if you keep the first two letters and then also the initials, it spells HORP.
By now, you should understand your true identities.
We have 10 titties?
Our true identities?
Aren't we the 15 survivors of Hope's Peak Academy?
We're
who
true
were rescued by the
identities?
Future Foundation?
Before you arrived here, Monokuma should have shown you guys some clues.
Which, by the way, we noticed over Discord between last time and this time. Of course the stories were told in the form of manga because that's what the protagonists have been doing at the end of every trial.
Put them all together and try thinking about it.
We'll sit down in our thinking chair and think, except actually we're going to snowboard. This'll go well, I'm sure. Are there going to be octahedrons? I don't like the octahedrons. Touch a duck. Well, it's alright so far. I do like this fun shenanigan. It's a good shenanigan. Oh! There's more.
I'm still partial.
Who's still Stone Cold Patrick? What? Ah!
I do wanna hire you.
Santi? Hajime
I'll
and friends. Hui! Hajime and friends are the friends of Hajime and Hajime. Beginning sunny place. Oh, that's a hole! Said Tess in the bedroom. No, go away, Octahedron. You're so mean. I never know which way to dodge those. Oh dear! Well, those were some shamps with an N. Oh, shooby-dooby-doo, I was correct about the thing. See, we're dropping some truth bombs here and I'm just snowboarding.
See, I'm barely reading this shit before the platforms
the-
already
The
disappear.
bitrate is terrible, courtesy of OBS, so it's a bit difficult to read on the archive, I admit, but you know, just believe in yourself.
In all honesty, I don't think that. I think I'm just dumb. But that's neither here nor there.
Yes, to fill them with despair, except the opposite of that. To fill them with butt plugs. Ooh ah, butt plug.
Butt plug, woo!
It's all coming
Fix
together.
the San Andreas fault with butt plugs. Literally fill it with butt plug. Fill it with dildo material.
Literally fill it all with butt plugs, woo!
And the remnants of ultimate despair are...
Yes, both of those phrases refer to you guys.
I bloody said. And yet y'all in the game weren't fucking listening.
That's right. Not only are you guys the survivors of Hope's Peak Academy,
You're also survivors of ultimate despair.
We're all... ultimate despair?
Well, clearly not right now.
Don't be stupid!
in the beginning, we took in 15 of you as survivors of Hope's Peak Academy. But upon further investigation, we discovered an unbelievable truth. The 15 people we acquired were actually the horrifying remnants of despair.
That was... us?
What is this ultimate despair?
Well, the pieces fit.
I remember hearing that they're dangerous guys who are responsible for terrorism, coup d'etats, and wars.
Hey, vehicle can pronounce coup d'etat. But
Yes, they're responsible for the tragedy and brought chaos into the world.
what is the plural of faux pas?
Despair
Oh!
in human form, but utterly
I mean,
devoid
technically
of
it's just
humanity.
pronounced faux pas, right?
That's what you guys really are. The ultimate despairs don't care about principles or morals. They just spread
Or,
despair
sorry,
everywhere they
Fozpa,
go.
I believe.
Foz's puzzles. Foz's puzzles.
They live solely to torment everything. To burn everything. To kill everything.
Huh.
We're part of a dangerous group like that?
These pictures are stupid and silly, and I love them.
That's gotta be a lie.
That's right. There's no way. There's no way we're all ultimate despair.
Nagito probably did what he did because he managed to learn the unbelievable truth.
Yeah, the pieces fit, anyway, as I was saying.
Nagito, why are you bringing him up all of a sudden?
He's the only one who knew this truth before you guys. It was a special prize for clearing the final
Oh,
dead
holy
room.
shit, and you predicted this, Tess.
Was it that
Oh
file
my
that contained all our
god.
student
Is it even a
profiles?
surprise at this
What
point?
inside?
No, of course not, but I'm still pissy about it. Pissy in the best way.
You may change your underwear at your leisure, assuming you're even wearing any. I know you so
For
well.
once, I am actually dressed for a stream.
Oh.
Very tight pants. Anyway.
Which stream, though? Because pissy, haha.
Alright, look, you.
No, it used to have profiles from
Welcome
after
to
you
the
entered school,
Strimstram.
But Nagito destroyed them. before
We've
you
got
saw
fun
them.
and games!
Oh dear. Something, knees, which makes that song very hard to take seriously.
Why? Why do you
Do
know
people take
something
that
like
song
that?
seriously?
I don't know.
Anyway, it's the absolute truth that the file had profiles about you guys after you entered the school. And after Nagito obtained the file and learned the truth, what did he try to do to you guys?
The trial, rigged, murder, poo. Oh, come on! Oh, come on! Yep, oh, no, hell to the no. Hell to the no.
It's like they know.
No! Well, at least it's only one set of letters at a time. So it's... Oh, never mind. No, and no. Yes. Yes, kill the UK. Just show me potato salad and we can be on our merry way. That's not potato salad and neither is that. Hajime, do you know how to spell potato salad for the sake of polyptoton? Which I can never remember what that is, I just know it's a linguistic thing.
I got it!
Well, that was a fun question. At least it wasn't as bad as that other time where I vomited a pterodactyl.
He tried
Pterodactyl.
everyone except for the traitor.
Thank you.
That's right. After seeing the file, you learned that everyone, including him, was ultimate despair. And he tried to kill everyone except the traitor.
Did Nagito try to kill us? Because we were ultimate despair?
I don't know, Sonia. Shall we run through the same set of text boxes a fifth time?
Yes, because of his love for hope and his hatred toward despair. I sort of understand that feeling.
Don't mess with us. Why do we have to be treated like the bad
I love
guys?
this. Such
There
anime
must be some
writing.
kind of mistake. There's no way we're ultimate despair.
I don't need a twist like that.
It might seem unbelievable because you guys only have memories from before you entered the school.
Which,
But it all happened at Hope's
there's a
Peak
thought
Academy.
as well. Like, you know I've bitched before about how some people only use the, like, the unlocalized, like, the half-localized versions of the names, where they use the Japanese naming order but still address them as if they're fully translated names.
Uh-huh.
Like, calling Makoto Naegi without any of the honorifics and not acknowledging Makoto as his forename in Western conventions, that's like saying, oh, no, they have to be called Kibo and Zetsubo. You can't call them Hope and Despair, that's not accurate enough.
You were tainted by ultimate despair because at Hope's
Do you
Peak
wanna,
Academy,
yeah?
you were in contact with
Like-
her.
No, you have to use the Japanese names, because that's what they call them in Japanese. Yes, but this is the English version! You're talking about the English version in English, so please use the English. And it doesn't help that... I hope that the anime of... Like, the anime that I've not yet seen, I hope that at least has names in the right order, but I don't have my hopes up. Also, Taint.
The true ultimate despair.
Yeah, if they
Junko
don't
and
call her
Oshima.
Akane, I'd be very upset.
She strongly influenced you all during your time at the school. And that's why
And
you
for that
became
matter,
ultimate
when people refer to
despair.
these people as SHSL talent, or super high school level, like, no, they have English names, they are the ultimate whatevers. I don't care if you don't like it or not, please just use the canon names, your pissiness will not
In
override
order
that.
to remove that influence, you've been placed into the Hope Restoration Program.
Is that?
Maybe
why
I
you
get
took
too
away our
obsessed over these
school
sorts of
memories?
things. It's none of my business, but at the same time, come the fuck on.
The reason you're able to act like your normal selves is because you're within the Neo World program. But your true bodies in the real world are different. In the real world, you're part of a group that cruelly destroyed your family, friends, and even your own body.
Family, friends, and our own bodies? Aren't you exaggerating a bit?
He's right. There's no way we do something like that.
Don't turn away from the truth.
Oh. Oh, hello. Okay. Can you be helped with your hand? Oh, that's helpful. And the Junko hand. Or possibly the Mukuro hand, we're not entirely sure. Or just the fancy hand. Like the scary door or the Twilight Zone, but it's the fancy hand.
It appears you've remembered a little. Now, face what you've done. And from there, you will finally take your first steps on the path to hope.
Oh, back to regular music. Game, please make up your mind. Now, something tells me that because we just got this bit of... I was assuming it was going to come up. We just got this evidence, so it has to be pertinent.
There's obviously some kind of mistake. There's no way we're ultimate despair.
Because you're all ultimate despair. You killed your friends and family. And you
Except
even
each other,
destroyed
then.
your own bodies.
I mean, that makes sense
That
because
must be it.
the hand situation.
That memory I felt was actually a memory from the real world. What Nagito did was
Hand.
cut off his own arm and transplanted a woman's arm?
Not just any woman's arm. It was the late Junko and Oshima's arm. What did you say? He probably thought that by becoming one with Junko and Oshima, he could make her survive within him.
I don't get this at all.
The ultimate despairs defy understanding. They have no problem severing their own limbs.
But what if they do that?
Of all the times for my ear to be acting up, I'm gonna be right back as soon as I get the gnome goblin out of my ear. Gnome goblin. Wow, what is
I'm
that?
terribly
I'll
sorry.
be right back.
I do not feel so well. Where's the bathroom?
Running gag.
It's just a game
Possibly
anyway,
literally.
so why don't you just let it out? I'm pretty sure a select few would demand that.
Oh, Bonacum, I just realized what you were saying.
It's too soon to feel sick. That's not even the worst thing the ultimate despairs have done.
Oh.
Some wasted away to skin and bones through continuous fasting in order to reach the despair of starvation. Others gave their own families to Junko just to perform killing experiments on them. Not just that. After Junko's death, they slaughtered countless people by forcing them to commit suicide.
That doesn't look like forcing people to commit suicide. That looks like shooting people. Not quite the same thing.
One person even implanted one of Junko's eyes into their own socket.
Oh.
Perhaps they wanted to see her despair?
Oh, dear.
And not just that. Some even tried to have children with Junko's dead body.
No! No! No, no, no,
Just
nope.
stop!
Nope. I am out. I am done. This isn't even like... Just... No!
Ooh.
I mean, that sounds like a Teru thing, but still, no! Bad game!
Wait, hang on. How do you have sex with somebody who's already been segmented and handed out to everyone else?
Oh, you try, apparently.
That's just a bullshit story. That's obviously bullshit!
So you feel despair toward yourselves in the real world. I understand that feeling. But there's no need to worry. If you just advance toward the hope I provide, you'll definitely be saved.
Makoto for Pope.
Save? You'll save us?
Of course. That's my purpose, after all. That's why the Neo World program was created, too.
You put us inside this program so that you can save us?
Essentially, your cohabitation inside the Neo World program was just a simulation.
Well, I mean, we don't know for certain that there wasn't some trick to her execution, and they made blood splurt out when really she was, I don't know, absorbed inside the crushing thing and, like, decapitated inside that or something, I don't know. It's sequel writing. Just,
if we remove the memories of your time at
I'm
Hope's
actually
Peak
more
Academy,
concerned with the fact that
would it
apparently
also
the
remove your
Monokuma thing
ultimate
wasn't
despair?
supposed to happen, so who hijacked the program with the virus?
I thought that was quite apparent that it was a virus, so this wasn't supposed to happen, if that's what you're saying.
Well, the virus had to come from somewhere. It's not like Trojans just exist on the internet, you know?
I mean, if I had to guess, I'd say it's whoever it was that was on the boat with Nagito before, which implies it was Hajime because he remembers being there. Fuck.
Ooh.
Because he was talking about bringing a piece of Junko or something? I don't know, there was some mention of bringing Junko to the island. It wasn't just Nagito's fresh hand.
So, you're saying this was like a test?
I guess I can say that the test was a success. Even though it deviated greatly from the original plan of graduating after gathering the Hope fragments, nevertheless, you guys were able to overcome your unexpected trials and make your way here.
Again, because trials. Huh. It's Slayer backwards.
That's why. All you need to do is choose graduate.
If we do that, we can get out of here?
However, if you graduate from here, your school memories will never return.
If you choose to graduate, and the observer determines that there are no problems, you will complete the Hope Restoration program, and your avatar will be uploaded into your real body.
Uploaded?
Why are they acting so shook by that? I don't see the problem.
Hey, what happens to the people whose avatars died?
If an avatar that needs to be uploaded has been deleted, there's nothing we can do.
So you're saying they'll never wake up?
It seems like a bit of a design flaw.
If they're heading to...
God damn it! Dear
Ooh.
fucking shit!
Please take
If
a
they're
look at
heading
this
to the
flip book
conclusion
for a
I
quick
think they
rundown of
are,
your
this is going to be
options.
really interesting. Like, this is kind of what I was hoping they would get into with the second game.
Oh?
The idea was that in the first
choose
game it was very
graduate,
black and white.
it'll transfer
Despair
your
is an
in-game
enemy
memories,
and
but your
hope
school
is
memories will be
the
gone
light,
forever.
but this is showing that there's a destructive side to hope. And that maybe it's better just to know the truth.
I still don't get it, though, because if they graduate, they'll keep the memories of the game, which includes being told about this. So I don't see the problem? And I guess they'll be forced to atone for their crimes, but they've been healed. I'm sure the Future Foundation will protect them. So clearly I'm missing something here, because I don't really see the problem.
Unfortunately, the people who have already died will not be able to wake up.
The impression they've all had since Chapter 2 was that they'd get their memories back, I guess? Or that they were told that they'll get their memories back, but now suddenly there's a fabrication of themselves that's getting uploaded.
But it's still the same person, it's just without the corruption. Then again,
Also, apparently that also means that the people who are dead aren't dead yet, but they're going to be dead when it uploads because of the glitch in the system.
Just a thought. What will happen if we do not choose to graduate?
You'll just have to continue living your tropical life.
Like, if
Hey,
they just disconnected right
why you
now
gotta
and
ask
chose
something
to
like
repeat,
that?
then everyone would still be alive.
Well, even if we wake up in the real world, we are all rather messed up, right? If that is the case, then maybe staying on this island is...
What are you saying?
But that's not a guarantee, right? That, like, the dead ones won't come back just because they choose to... Like, I don't get whether, like, repeat as in... Because, like, graduate seems like a school term, so repeat as in repeat the year, but would that repeat the program from the beginning? In which case, would that... You know, what would happen with that? Like, I don't imagine it would bring the dead ones back to life because their brains have already been shut down. There's nothing to refresh the original
Haven't we been working
extract
this
from.
hard just to escape from here? You don't have to force yourself
The way
to
they're
return to a
describing
painful
uploading,
reality.
though, I'm
Let's
curious
just
whether or
play
not
this game
they're all just
forever and
comatose
ever.
while all this has been going on, and this is all separate data from themselves?
I mean, still, if that's the case, that's what, as far as they're concerned, they've been experiencing, so, you know, real enough. And it seems to me that the choice is just face reality or stay in peaceful delusion. Like, either way, you're gonna need to live with knowing what you did in the real world, so, you know, it's not like you're not still accountable, even if you stay in the
Don't be ridiculous.
dream world or whatever.
If I stay in this screwed up world any longer, I'm seriously gonna snap.
Also, the world is glitched to fucks, so surely, like, Monokuma's presence alone is evidence that staying is a bad idea.
But still, is it really okay to sacrifice the others just to save ourselves?
Yeah, like, Monokuma's doing a very bad job presenting a
asking
case
that
for why they
now?
shouldn't graduate.
If we don't get out of here now, then what was everything we've done up till now even for?
It seems like a very one-sided argument, and it's one of those ones where I don't understand, like, I genuinely don't understand the other side. And I'm trying to, but it's just not, like, there are some logical fallacies, or at least, they seem like fallacies to me, but, I mean, I could be mistaken, there's just something that I'm not seeing that they are.
The only thing I'm seeing is that they're essentially sentencing everyone they already found dead to death by choosing to upload.
I mean, as far as I've seen, there's no guarantee that repeating will undo that, so...
Uh-huh.
Well, since they're making a big deal out of it...
Right. Can we have some time to decide?
Did you get scared like Sonia?
No, it's not that. Don't you think this is a little strange?
Strange.
I don't know why
You
my
still don't understand?
throat's been acting up, by the way. I had an entire bottle of water, and yet it keeps doing that thing where it feels like there's dust in there.
Normally, ultimate despairs like you guys would just be abandoned. But I'm telling you, I'm here to help. You should be thankful for how open-minded the Future Foundation is.
But it's not, though. They told you not to do this.
Makoto, what has happened to you?
Just listen to the Future Foundation. The Future Foundation is the world's hope, you know?
I knew it. As I thought. There's something wrong with you.
There's the email saying, don't do this thing. And if that comes up, then I'd be tempted to say that that's what we're... Sure enough. I feel like that this is going to be the saving throw here.
I said I'm going to save you guys.
Save, because
Why
they're
aren't you
data.
listening to me?
Let's do what he says and get out of here. I mean, the Future Foundation's the good guys, right?
And apparently, we are actually the bad guys.
It's fine to trust him, right?
The Future Foundation is the world's hope. No one can defy the Future Foundation.
You literally did
No,
by
that's
doing
wrong.
this. Thank you for saying something so stupid.
Ooh.
Hold on. Did you say it's foolish to defy the Future Foundation? Then how do you explain your actions?
My actions?
I saw it. The email that the Future Foundation sent to you.
So clearly something's amiss.
And that email, Makoto Naegi defied the Future Foundation to protect the remnants of despair.
My god, Hajime, that was the most Japanesely I've ever heard that name pronounced.
Which clearly contradicts what this person is saying.
Huh? Is that email for real? The Future Foundation tried to kill us?
Hold on! We'll deal with that later. Hey, Monokuma. Those clues we found were all real, right?
Yes!
Ooh, problematicisms. That sounds like it would be a song on a soundtrack from a video game that gets too pretentious in its third act.
Tell me, Makoto Naegi, who are you?
Who is he? Simply put, he's Makoto Naegi, who's known for being a cutie patootie!
I'm not asking you. I'm asking...
You insolent fool! If you're saying he's not Makoto, then show me some proof!
Oh? Oh! Hold on. Hold on. I need to see the number again. By number, I mean left mouse button. I can never...
I can't hear you!
Oh, good. He's doing the same lines as the first game. Oh, no, never mind.
What? What do you want? Punishment is waiting for you. You're getting all riled up. What are you even talking about? Enough already. That's impossible.
In case you've never noticed, my strategy with these is just do it as naturally as possible for a while and then just rely on fever time when things don't go quite right.
See, I'm still having trouble even figuring out what's going on, so don't mind me. I've never once understood how these are controlled.
It's a rhythm game.
Well, that's not saying much. It's just cool visuals. I can imagine this translated anime very well.
Sorry, I had to number.
Oh no, that's it.
Makoto Naegi.
That's fine.
If that's who you really are, then tell me this. Why did you make the password to Nezumi Castle? 11037.
What was that again?
He's a fraud!
You can't answer?
That's weird. Wait, where'd you find that out?
Who cares? So how about it? Can you even answer?
Ah! Oh man, I've been found out.
Found out? Then you're...
How disappointing! And I thought I was on the right track.
We didn't make it that hard to tell, to be fair.
Disappeared? Hey! That guy disappeared!
Why are you surprised? It's a computer program, so anything's possible, right?
Then, that was just the work of Monokuma?
Aw, you found out I was faking! This is so embarrassing!
What are you doing? Why'd you show us a fake member of the Future Foundation?
That fake was trying to get us out to the real world.
Excuse you. I didn't formally predict that. Doesn't mean it took me by surprise.
Then that's your plan? Is that where your trap is?
Man, they saw right through me! I may as well be invisible.
A trap? What kind of trap did you set?
Hey, if you know what's good for you, you better hurry the hell up and confess. I'll beat you half to death if you tell us now. But if you don't spit it out soon, I'm just gonna kill ya!
Just kill him right now! Then this nightmare can finally end!
Violence is not allowed! This isn't that kind of game! It's a much smarter game, right?
Face me in an actual rebuttal showdown, Heartbeat.
What game? This game is already over!
Cross your damn swords.
This game is over? No! I'm not gonna let you finish yet! There's no way this can end before I've even transformed!
Transform?
A transformation is customary in a final boss battle, right? You know, Like that one.
Yeah, that one.
You know what game I'm talking about.
Ah, it's coming. Ah, it's coming.
Now
Yes.
then, allow me to show you.
Yes.
I'll skip the second
I'll do it.
forms and go straight to my final form.
Which is gonna be what, like a giant fucking Junko? Please, surprise me.
And pull all your stuffing out.
Don't poop. Pink.
Yes. Yes.
Now then, make sure you burn this
This is something great.
you're about to
Don't mind me.
see into your memories.
I do not apologize for that joke.
I'm gonna die.
Well, that's different. Here comes a special girl. And there's a lot of her.
Ooh.
Okay. Did she just phone herself? Oh, the world is slightly back. Oh, hey, it's Monica. Surprise.
What? What's going on?
Am I hallucinating?
I know anything goes here, but this is clearly not fucking okay.
I see. So that's your reaction to seeing an extra-large high school girl. But are they really that big? Don't you think they're pretty small?
She's huge! She's way too huge!
But the final boss in a certain action game is much bigger. You know, that game, Kniferella.
Said it anyway.
Boobs!
I see. An estimated bust size of 15 meters, huh? My boobs are hopelessly huge.
Lovely.
Hey, want me to squish you in between them? Big boobs feel good, you know.
Queen's got issues. She knows the way.
I get fucking crushed!
If this was a pandering fan service game full of pretty girls, there'd be a CG close-up of my cleavage. But
This is somebody's fetish.
She's already given us that much.
too bad. This isn't a fan service game. Of course, since it's not an action game either. You won't even get to
holy
experience
shit.
the refreshing sensation of battling an enormous final boss. So fucking hopeless!
It's nice to hear her do some more stuff in her normal voice, though.
This is Monokuma's true identity?
We have to deal with this thing?
I'm shocked you'd call me this thing. Oh, you're so mean.
Is it just me? Or is your personality change?
I get easily bored of my personality. Like, I already got bored of my personality who gets easily bored. And that's when Fuyuhiko would say, "It's too damn soon to say you got bored, right?"
Wait, what?
I have plenty of data on you guys, so it's so easy for me to know what you're all thinking.
You are not bored at all.
I got bored of getting bored. Jeez. Even when I'm dead, I still get bored. This sucks.
The mushrooms are still there. The mushrooms are real.
Mushrooms should never leave.
Elliot, welcome back. The Queen is here.
Are you Junko Enoshima?
See,
Wrong kind of sleigh heartbeat.
back when I said that she was probably still alive in the first game, I didn't think it would. I didn't think the rabbit hole would go quite this far.
Did you say Junko Enoshima? Isn't she dead?
I know what I said.
It's true. I did end up dying the last time. I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to go so fast. I couldn't help it, you know? It was my first time.
Jesus.
Jeez, stupid. You're the one who made me go.
She's got a tsundere personality now.
And why is someone who died here right now?
Because the universe is a hologram.
Do you guys know about an artificial intelligence called alter ego?
Exuberance! We are now an AI! We have transcended humanity!
When did I first allude to thinking something like this might happen?
What AI? Stop
Case
saying
one.
all this crazy bullshit.
Of which game?
You see,
Fuck.
my personality is like this because I'm the type who dies easily, right? That's why I made my own AI program while I was still alive.
Bitch, how?
And then someone uploaded me into this Neo World program. And that's how Alter Ego Junko hopelessly appeared in front of you guys.
Yeah, but her accent is close but wrong. Like, no self-respecting Brit ever eats a pork pie. No self-respecting Brit would ever say status with a straight face, so she's not perfect. Please, it's status, darling. See, once again, I love how Hajime is so much quicker to swear. Like, Makoto, it took him the entirety of, like, the first 6 chapters and half of the trial before he said fuck for the first time, and Hajime's just like, shit, bitch, damn it.
Don't get cautious and think stuff like, what can we do? I mean, we're all ultimate despair here. Each and every one of our classmates looked at us like we're a bunch of loogies on the side of the road. So, let's all be friends.
Hell no!
Man, they hate me. And I was thinking of you guys when I tampered with the graduation program. But they still hate me.
Tampered with the graduation program?
Remember what that fake Makoto said earlier? About what happens to you when you graduate, right? I feel like you guys weren't getting a big enough reward for graduating. So, I decided to modify what happens so it's something exciting and unique. Just like a game. Uploading your game memories into your real bodies is fine, but letting your friends stay dead just sucks. That's why I decided to resurrect them. This is the new graduation program I'm offering.
Resurrect? Hey, are you serious? Can you really
See,
do that?
this is why I said I felt like there was something missing from the counterpoint, because they weren't giving all the details. So I even felt that, even though I didn't give voice to no. I felt something was wrong, I just didn't articulate it properly. There we
It
go.
was like real hard, you know?
What face even is that? What am I looking at?
The graduation
The face
program
of
is
despair.
the core part of this game, so it was protected with a lot of encrypted code. It took me a long time. I felt so much despair about how useless I am. Well, one advantage
it's
of
Sonic
being
Heroes
AI
Tales.
is that I got smarter with computers. Before that, every time a computer froze, I used to put it in the microwave and nuke it.
Show of hands, class. How long do you think it took for me to modify it?
Who cares about that? Are you serious when you say that everyone who died will come back
Like
to
a
life?
pissed off beaver. As if she didn't have one downstairs already, I mean, what?
Did you forget? You gotta answer questions to progress the story. That's the rule of this game, right? By the way, I'll give you a clue.
Oh, the
you
statue
guys were
thing.
always watching time slip away at a certain place.
So you're not gonna tell us?
Go ahead,
Until
make
we
me
answer that.
spell statue. Thank you.
I see.
The countdown at Jabberwock Park. That's the only place we can think of. That's the only place we consistently watch that has anything to do with time.
Then that countdown represented the time that was needed to modify the program.
Oh, I'm glad we have a concrete answer to that.
How brilliantly wrong! You're totally wrong about that tricky timer.
Wrong? Then what was it?
How should I put this? I was just goofing around.
That seems more fitting.
I mean, isn't stuff you don't understand exciting even though you don't get it? It's kind of like superhero cosplayers, or someone else's designs of alien life and stuff, right? It was just for show?
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, really.
In the end, it was meaningless. Does that fill you with despair? Like getting booted from a game server? You know those murder mysteries where the culprit is really the detective who's investigating the murder? Well, I'm so over predictable crap like that. Just what did you expect at this stage of the game?
Honey, please.
She's seriously messed up.
Well, in a way. The guy was on a mission. Did you ever make up your own silly rules, like don't step off the white line when you cross the road? I was testing myself to see if I could get you guys into the graduation program before the timer reached 0.
Enough. Please stop.
Is this why they were talking about very specific numbers? Like, oh, there's 5 of you, you can graduate now, because that's less than half, and you need half for the graduation thing to work in the first place, right? I swear that was said at some
Don't
point.
be so disappointed. It's totally true. I had a hard time manipulating the program. While you guys were at the beach making wrinkly dog faces, I was working so hard on my own, you know?
Hey, enough with this pointless crap! Are you seriously going to resurrect everyone who died?
I was going to say it's strange how he's so fixated on this, but then again, Pecco, he's doing this all just for Pecco.
Like I said, it's easy. It's just a game after all. Yeah, each and everything that happened in this world was just an event within the game. There's no way anything that occurred in the game could affect the real world.
What you're saying now is completely different from what you said before. You said whether or not it's a lie. The moment you feel something is real, it becomes real.
Oh, it's like my philosophy or something.
The game where you throw my words back at me is over, so you don't really have to worry about it.
Fine. I won't worry about it.
Hey!
Who fucking cares about logic? As long as everyone who died comes back to life, that's good enough.
Ah, the gangster with a heart of gold.
If we do not understand the principles behind it, then we do not even know if it is really possible.
Anything goes in this world. You've seen that happen so many times already, right?
Well, if a high school girl can get huge, then it's not crazy if the dead can come back to life, right?
So this is the one version of this, well, the one use of this portrait of Akane, where it looks like she's looking down at her own boobs with envy of someone else's, because size 15 meters up. Like, damn, I'm only a Z cup.
Computer program. How are we supposed to respond to that?
That's right. That's why you should finish this game and go back to living a normal life in the real world.
Nah.
If we go back, what do you get out of it? What benefit do you get by making us return to the real world? As long as we don't know what it is.
Man, so annoying. You're so petty. It's not like you're a housewife living on a tight budget. All I want is to put on this graduation performance in a more dramatic way. Well, if you doubt me, you don't have to go back. Is that what you want? Not to go back?
Oh, hold on a sec. We're obviously going to get out of here. If it'll bring our dead friends back, it's all we can do.
Of course! We've been working toward that goal for, like, forever!
Because we had that goal, we were able to endure those killings.
Plus everyone can go back together. So there's no reason to hesitate.
You are right.
I'm still not satisfied.
There is no way we can choose to stay here after all we've been through.
Just as expected from the winners of this killing school trip, your will to live is truly ultimate.
Still a better antagonist than Nagito, though.
Wonderful! That's just more reason for you to execute your role as devices. Okay, now let's stop stalling for time with exposition and hurry up and do it. Now then, why don't you guys just go ahead and answer with the touch panel that's in front of you? I'm gonna do it. I'm seriously gonna do it. If you don't hurry up, I'm seriously really gonna do it. You don't have to say, who are you talking to? It doesn't concern a chump like you, Hajime.
Chump? Don't worry about it. Everything's gonna be over once we press this.
So we just have to press graduate, right?
If we do that, we can go home, right?
Last time, it was a trick. This time... Well, there's no timer, so that says to me that there's at least some element of, I could save scumming. I shall save scum.
The fact that there is a don't press anything option, just, I mean, the only winning move is not to play, right?
But not necessarily, because a non-vote still counts as a vote. If we go with graduate, there are enough clauses that it's still an open thing, because it's only 5 people voting and it still needs the teacher's approval even then, so it's not majority vote? I'm gonna hedge my bets and see what happens.
I got it!
Hello!
Don't press it! This is Junko's trap!
I'm glad that happened.
What the heck? That guy from earlier is back again!
It's not again. This time, it's the real one.
Real? I'm Makoto Naegi. Makoto Naegi of the Future Foundation.
It looks a bit less green than last time, but it might just be the lighting.
I actually wanted to come rescue you sooner, but thanks to the virus infecting the Neo World program, I wasn't able to enter.
Just when the chumps are in a pinch, he's suddenly able to enter for reasons unknown.
I feel as though we would have had that reaction no matter which button we pressed. So,
Thus, the main
may have
character
overthought it a bit.
gallantly appears.
But then again, I mean, Ace Attorney got away with this. The fact that you made a choice is still something to reflect on, even if the choice doesn't really matter.
And I'm just trying to, like, outmaneuver the game like it's a game of chess. I'm not necessarily saying that they should go one way or the other, because it seemed very obvious to be a trap, but it seemed like the first one was a trick, so I'm trying to sort of think, would they do that twice?
Did you also time my arrival? No, it doesn't matter. I'm going to save everyone, and then I'm going to settle this between us once and for all.
God, Junko's hot.
No. Leakage.
How were you able to get here, Makoto? Since I used my tricks to hack into the program, you must have hacked in with his tricks too, right? That's also how you kept your memories, right? Even though you haven't aged a day, just like these guys.
If I hadn't, then I wouldn't have been able to save everyone.
Don't you understand? It doesn't matter how you got here. As long as you're here, you'll be treated like one of my students. Which means you must respect my authority.
Respect her authority.
I already know the risks of being here.
You always had such reckless hope. I love you so much that you disgust me.
Hey Heather, is this us?
What?
Hey, just what do you mean by trap?
I mean...
What is Junko's trap?
Oh dear.
It doesn't matter. We can finally end this, you know? If we get out of here,
I mean...
it'll all resolve itself peacefully. After all this,
Relationship goals.
I can't let you get in the way.
The fact that you guys are even thinking like that is Junko's trap. She's lying to you about your dead friends coming back to life.
See, did I not say it isn't possible?
Oh, little old me. Who do we trust?
If you knew Junko's true goal, you'd know she's lying.
You know her goal?
Yeah. Junko's goal is to convert the Hope Restoration Program to the Despair Restoration Program.
Despair Restoration Program?
As part of the graduation program, your avatar's memory and consciousness is uploaded into your real body. However, none of us expected that any of the avatars would get deleted. Junko has taken advantage of that opportunity. She intends to use her version of Alter Ego, the AI she stole my friend's skill to create, and upload herself into the bodies of everyone whose avatar was deleted.
So that's what I thought.
What?
That's the only way they can provide
Everyone
an
who
avatar
died
to
isn't gonna
ones
come back
where there
to
isn't
life.
one. Never mind the fact that the brains are brain dead to begin with, but this game doesn't operate under regular medical principles, apparently. This is what happens when you kill the ultimate nurse.
They're gonna be taken over by Junko?
It's a weird cloning process if you think about it.
Like the real world, once an avatar is deleted from this virtual world, it can't be recovered. It's actually impossible to revive them.
Was I not saying?
That doesn't mean I was lying, you know? I just didn't make some things clear.
God, they're bickering like an old married couple.
And even if they're overwritten by my alter ego, it doesn't mean they'll be a completely different person. The data of everyone who died is stored within me, so I'm sure I can convincingly act out their personalities.
Yeah, then it is totally us.
Don't mess
We are
with
old,
me.
and we are a married couple. Yes,
In
exactly.
fact, I
What-
have a lot
Heather,
of
stop.
data on Fuyuhiko, so I know some things that'll make you happy. I can play a version of Peko that's more to your liking than she ever was.
Oh dear.
I said, don't fucking mess with me!
Operation Junkify All Mankind begins here!
Junkify.
After uploading my alter ego into everyone who died, I'm gonna take over the Future Foundation's headquarters.
Santiago. Ooh, that's...
And then, eventually, there's gonna be a whole lot of me's all over the world!
Oh hey, it's that one episode of Doctor Who.
With this, my despair utopia, where you can despair as you please,
The Eggman Empire.
complete!
Elliot, if you Google the right things, I'm sure you'll find exactly that and then some. And apparently this is just Luxembourg, according to those streetlights.
Oh my god, she really did say Junkoland. What the fudge?
Oh yeah! Our dreams are
Long live
expanding!
the Eggman Empire.
Expanding ding ding.
That messed up.
Still, in all
Is your
honesty,
goal?
I would not be against this.
Then why didn't you just kill all of us?
No.
If you did, you could have taken over all of our bodies. Wouldn't that have
See,
been
I'm
more
the rogue
convenient
element.
for you?
and Junko's too hot for me.
Is
I
that
just
what you
kind
wanted
of
to
want
do?
her everywhere.
Is it still too late to do
As long
that?
as they all actually look like her too.
No, there's a reason Junko couldn't do that. That's
Oh,
why
it's
she made
like
you
in the
guys
first
kill each
game.
other.
The rules, they prevent the fuff from foofing. And because it's a game world, that's even more strictly enforced. Like, you'd be, like, physically not possible, surely.
I see.
Or something like that.
I got it. It's because of the
Yeah,
school trip's
Monokuma never killed a student in this game, I just
The rules
realized.
of the school trip?
And even then, the only reason why he killed Mukuro in the first game is because she assaulted him.
Junko usurped Usami's authority as an observer, and her role as your teacher.
However, according to the rules of the school trip, even Usami had to follow them. That's why when Junko took over her position, she had no choice but to follow the rules as well.
So, the rules were protecting us?
Man,
what they're there for.
I was so annoyed. I had the authority to add rules, but no authority to delete rules.
What about deleting rules that you'd added? Because if you can't delete those, that's a bit silly.
Oh well, even if I could have deleted rules, I was still busy with my whole taking over your bodies plan.
So you made us kill each other. Because you couldn't kill us yourself.
Is that how you were able to increase the number of bodies you can take over?
Well done, Nagito. No matter what you did, you would have tomfucked everyone.
Like I said, I personally didn't care about the outcome of the killings.
How dare you look down on us? Don't fuck with me. What about our lives?
I swear Fuyuhiko just has, like, not Tourette's, but like some sort of tick where he just goes back to the same couple of phrases every now and then. And good
Chump
point.
change.
Good point, Heartbeat.
I won't forgive you. I will never, ever fucking forgive you!
That might carry more weight in Japanese, but in English it's just... Okay, so you won't forgive her. That don't impress me much. Oh, Shania Twain.
So that's your trap.
The true ultimate despair.
You try to make us choose graduate. So you can take over everyone's body with the graduation program.
It's more like calling what she's doing unforgivable. It's just a bad translation of that.
Because Junko
That is to say,
Yoshida
if something is
the
truly
true ultimate
unforgivable, there is
despair.
literally nothing somebody could do to make up for it, implying that it's an irredeemable action.
She doesn't yearn for any
Right?
kind of future at
I'm
all.
not going crazy here.
She
right?
fills every person she
That is-
meets with
is
despair.
something that language
That's
and
my
shit.
Makoto.
You understand me so well. For me, despair is not a goal or a set of principles, or a lifestyle, or even an instinct. It's what defines me as Junko Enoshima. It's just my
I'm
characterization.
so glad she has the hots for Makoto, though. That's a nice
I'm
development
able to
as a
pursue
character.
despair with such purity.
So you're saying you only exist to fill people with despair?
For example, want to hear about a beautiful memory that even I, who gets bored easily, still remember fondly? Picture thousands of fools who are madly in love with me, dying one by one like insects doused with bug spray.
Oh, the mass self-killing of
And
the
the best
people.
part is, they did it to themselves, you know?
Thousands of humans falling like dominoes. Oh, that memory is so beautiful. It made my brain melt.
Yeah, about that. Does that story have a happy ending?
What the fuck do you think, Kazuichi? Yeah, clearly, thousands of Nagito.
Are you talking about the reserve course's mass suicide?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot you're a survivor of the reserve course. By the way, I'm so sorry for your loss.
The re-surf course you must have surfed exactly once before applying.
Mass suicide? What's she talking about?
An incident where 2,357 people from the reserve course all killed themselves. Junko probably made them do it.
And this is what I was going to say last time. Is that 2,357 including Hajime, and then, whoops, actually it's only 2,356 deaths? Or is it there are 2,358 reserve course students and all but one of them died? It doesn't actually matter, it's just that's what I was trying to say last time.
2,357 people? That's an
That's almost
outrageous
100.
You don't have to be that surprised. You all look like your parents, friends, and lovers all died at once. That was so rude of me. There's no way you guys even have meaningful relationships like that anymore. I mean, you're all ultimate despair. You guys have already eaten your fill of despair.
I do not really know what you are trying to say.
Junko robs the futures of everyone she interacts with. You ultimate despairs are among her many victims.
If someone like me is born, that means the world is yearning for despair.
That's wrong. The world isn't yearning for despair. That's the reason we can't let you escape.
It must suck to be Makoto as well, because, like, getting to this point, you're like, I survived Hope's Peak. Oh, this bitch is still fucking going! You know, like, for fuck's sake.
But if you do that, you guys won't be able to return to the real world, right?
Huh? If we choose graduate to get out of here, the graduation program will activate, right?
If that happens, Junko's alter ego will be uploaded into the bodies of the dead.
Does that mean we gotta stay here to keep her from getting out?
What the heck?
Necessarily, because
Why
there was the shutdown
does it have to
sequence. We were
be
told
like
about that.
It's such a cruel fate for you guys. But it's awfully convenient for the Future Foundation. They'll be able to keep all the ultimate despairs, including me, trapped in this game forever.
Wrong! That's not it!
But ultimate despair is hated worldwide, and their lives are no doubt targeted by the Future Foundation. Oh well, if you don't want to acknowledge that, I guess it just can't be helped. Can't be helped. LOL.
This is nothing to LOL about.
Sonia is still best girl.
But it's so ironic. You came all the way here just to find out that graduating is the wrong choice. Even though you came all this way to win the game, even though you kept sacrificing your friends to win.
But this five didn't sacrifice their friends. That's why they're still here.
The goal you guys squirmed to reach was wrong all along. Isn't that just so fucking tragic?
Stop it!
But there's a way out. That even the fucking you were told about it. There's a way out.
There is a way you guys can get out of here without letting Junko out.
No, there's no way such a convenient... There is? Really? Well, that's the first I've heard of it.
Like, we were told about this in some flavor of detail. And it's fucking that.
I see. Are you talking
talking about the shutdown sequence?
Oh. This was the thing that required a majority vote. Fuck.
Shutdown sequence?
Or was it?
What is that?
It was one of the two. And I'm suddenly thinking it was this and not the actual graduation thing.
It's a hidden command I set up in the Neo World program.
Hidden command?
Basically, I never believed the Neo World program was a perfect solution. There was always a possibility that Usami's hope might have made things even worse for you guys.
Well, she was pretty nauseating. In a good way.
I prepared a way to shut down the program in case of emergencies.
As I recall, you said it was a command that not even the teacher can stop.
And that means even Junko can't stop it.
In a really twisted way. It's almost like a power fantasy for anyone in full-time education. Yeah, not even the teacher can stop us.
Dear me, I have an unfortunate announcement to make, class. You cannot activate the shutdown.
You know about it?
More importantly, do you know why? Do you know why you can't activate the shutdown?
Because including Makoto, there's only 6 of them. Or 7 if you count Junko, and she's not going to activate it herself. And either way, that's still less than 8, which is half of 16.
I see!
Because Hifumi's pants.
Because there's not enough people?
Pay attention, class. According to my information,
I do like how Teacher Junko is more
to
teacherly than
initiate the
last time.
shutdown, out of 15
Like,
people,
honestly,
more than
last time I
half
thought she was a
must
secretary,
press
so...
graduate
yeah, it's
and
good that she's,
repeat
like, properly
at the same time.
teacher now.
Am I correct?
However, out of 15 people, including Makoto, there are only 6 people here.
Even if you want to cheat, I won't let ya. The shutdown sequence won't activate unless it knows that different people initiated it.
Well, that just seems flawed. Makoto, what were you thinking?
So it's totally impossible.
As I was saying before, 8 is half of 16, which is more than half of 15, and with the 5 survivors of the killing game, plus 3 of the 6 survivors of the previous killing game, we're good to go, honey.
You totally saw through that supposedly hidden command?
No need to worry. Even I knew we couldn't activate the shutdown.
You still came here when you knew we had no chance of winning?
It's not that we have no chance of winning. The only reason I'm here is because there is a chance.
In other words, if you were boned, then I would have just let you die. Sucks to be you.
Then try explaining it to us. What is this chance of winning of which you speak?
I believe...
Yeah, we got to see Royal Junko again.
What? I can't hear you. You gotta speak up since you're so puny.
I believe in them. I believe they will definitely come.
If you build it, they will come.
Hello.
That's not something you need to take your time saying.
Special boy.
Believe. Try putting yourself in our shoes before you drag us into situations like this.
Oh shit, Sam!
I knew you guys would come.
And it is just the... Okay, well, that's still the required number. So, you know, why drag this out? Just boop the buttons already. Also, hello, Silver Fox.
You'd be better off leaving behind someone who jumps to conclusions without listening to our warnings.
Jackie's as savage as ever.
Even though it took some time for 2 people
Kyoko's
to
voice
enter the
actress
program
didn't show up in this game at all, did she?
I don't know.
It appears we made it.
Hey, what's going on? Why are there more people again?
How exciting! I haven't seen these faces in ages. It's like opening your high school yearbook 10 years later.
I must say, now that I'm seeing her up close, she's much bigger than I remembered.
Only Jackie could make that sound condescending.
What? What kind of man isn't excited by big women?
Hello.
Once you gain some more experience, you'll understand. There's a lot of kinky things you can do with big girls.
Christ, Junko.
Shut up.
Byakuya! You're alive! But you're so skinny now. I feel so bad for you.
You shut up too.
Are you two also from the Future Foundation?
No, it's probably not
Alright,
just that.
Junko knows. She just... Oh my god. What did the writers do? Holy...
You guys are the survivors of the killing school life who previously defeated Junko, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Ah, this game
There's
gets
3
me.
of them here now?
The former heroes plunging themselves into the game world, ignoring all danger.
Jeez, stupids! Making such a suicidal move. Did you really want to see me that badly?
It can't be helped. In order to stop you, that suicidal move was our only choice.
So how about it? There are 8 people now. We have enough to activate the shutdown sequence.
Well, Jesus.
Why are you crying?
You guys showed up looking all cool and stuff, and now all the ultimate despairs. They'll be treated like even bigger chumps.
Chum, you said it again! Just ignore her. As long as we activate the shutdown sequence, it'll be the end of her in this messed up world.
Hey, can I ask you something? If we do shut down the program, what will happen to us?
No need to worry. We won't let you get hurt.
It's not just that. We want a more
They're not
detailed
going to have
explanation.
their memories uploaded back into their bodies, are they? So they'll go back to being
Shut down the Neo World program. Everything within the program will be
So surely they just have to do it over from the beginning, but without the virus. How hard could it
We
be?
will obviously delete Alter Ego Junko, along with your avatars here.
So you're saying we're going to be deleted too?
It doesn't mean you'll be deleted. The program will just finish without completing the graduation program.
What does that mean for us?
Your avatars will not upload, so you will revert to your original state before you entered the program.
Is there a reason to tell them all that?
Good point back here.
They have to know everything, or else they won't agree to do it.
Hold on a second. If we go back to our original selves before we entered the program,
I see.
We'll lose mono coins. Oh no.
does that mean we'll go back to being Ultimate Despair?
That's right. Back to being hopelessly controlled by me. When you used to feel despair upon despair.
Hot
Did
dab
I
on
see
despair.
that right?
Yeah.
They did totally say we're gonna lose all our mono coins. Oh fuck! Oh, that's. Oh my god, this
See,
game.
whenever I react to a response, it's because it's an actual
I
response.
understand your concern, but this is the only way to stop Junko.
It might be a painful decision, but I know you guys will be able to overcome it. That's why, in order to defeat despair,
Like, they're literally
want
in a
you guys
system
to
that
fight
proves that they
alongside
can
us.
be cured. So they just have to hard reset the system.
We still have to fight? I thought we finally reached the end.
Don't worry. Once you get out, we will do our best to support you.
But I thought the Future Foundation wanted to kill every last Ultimate Despair. When you say support, do you mean I'll make sure you don't suffer when I kill you, or...?
Of course not. We would never allow that to happen.
it's gonna be alright. Your real bodies have just been brainwashed. That's why I'm pretty sure you'll quickly revert back to the state you're in right now.
Will you stop saying cheesy stuff like brainwashed? Washing your brain is like really nasty.
Yes, I much prefer mind scrubbed or bean freaked.
But still, even if our brainwashing is undone, the memories we've made up till now will be erased, right?
So they're only
Does that
memories.
mean we'll completely forget everything we did on this island? I don't want that.
You don't want to remember several brutal killings. Okay, Akane, noted.
It doesn't matter what you want. That's the reality. Every meaningless thing that happened here will vanish from your minds.
So what? Oh, right. Jerky. Okay. I had forgotten about that. Ironically. But Jerky was based on a real person, so, you know...
Memory's not all that'll go back to normal. If you've lost a limb, like Nagito, it'll still be gone when...
Please stop!
Going back to reality in that condition, that's like a bad joke.
We're not joking. That is your past. Nobody can escape their past.
We don't know anything about that past!
Hey, why did we become Ultimate Despair in the first place?
I asked the same thing in the real world, but nobody would give me an answer.
It seems my teachings were quite thorough. However, if you ask me...
See, why do Americans pronounce it like that? Anywhere between thorough and thorough, it's pronounced thorough.
People who cling to stuff like
We
hope,
just really like
challenge,
that
or admiration
philosopher
are
guy
truly the
who got
weakest.
into the existential crises.
Louis Theroux?
Louis Theroux! Louis Theroux!
Those who desperately want to reach the top, they don't think about what'll happen when they're pushed off. They're probably too concerned with having a really nice view.
Play that horn, Louis Theroux!
That's a really good line, though.
Shoving off guys like that is so easy. I happen to know 17,082 ways to do that. The point is, the moment
Have you not
cling
heard
to
of Louis
talent
Theroux,
and
though?
hope, despair has already set in.
That's not even an explanation.
Then, what if you think about it like this? It turns out that you guys being ultimate despair was just part of the game world. And in truth, those guys from the Future Foundation might be part of the game world too. They're simply side characters of the game
Although
world. whose
Louis
role
the
is to offer
Rui, I
hopeless
mean that
hope
could
to you
work
guys.
too. That's Louis the kangaroo, don't you know?
Well, after saying all that,
Big,
I
hero
don't
in
even know what's
Australia.
real and what's a game anymore.
Are you kidding around?
Enough. My patience is wearing thin. Let's hurry and start the shutdown sequence already.
Cerebral rinsing.
Before you do that, we gotta do some reviewing.
Oh, she's calling the weed again.
When you guys activate the shutdown, you'll revert back to when you were known as Ultimate Despair. And your dead friends will never be revived. And the embodiment of despair, aka me, will be erased, thereby preserving hope in the real world.
Did you miss the others turning
Now
up,
then,
Elliot?
Will the hope of the Future Foundation win? Or will my despair win?
I bet it's really humid in there.
Things are starting to heat up!
And I'm not just talking about humidities. It feels like it would be just a little bit too warm in there. Like the air's a bit too moist.
This isn't a game, you know.
Au contraire,
Santiago.
this is a game. The game
Oh,
of hope and
okay.
despair that started with your killing school life. That explains why these chumps who weren't around last time have been reduced to mere side characters.
You called us chumps again!
Because it's true! Most importantly, the killing school trip wasn't just for your sake.
There was a more important goal there. The goal of luring a specific group of people. Since now's a great time, why don't we make that the question?
Question?
As long as we're in the game world, the rules say I gotta ask questions every now and then. So, question. Who did I lure and how did I do it? The hint is, I get bored easily, so the same outcome as the killing school life would be a pain in the ass. Okie dokie, let's all think about it together.
We must draw a pretty picture. With a snowboard, apparently. Well, at least it has fire tunage. Oh, that's a dinosaur to dine. I'm gonna go on the top road, just in case. Don't trust the lower road. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. What's going to happen?
Don't trust the lower road. It feels, highly
Oh, good! Okay. That happened. It was the top road that bamboozled me. Well, it doesn't help that you keep bloody spawning me on said top road. How am I supposed to get back round? There we go. I don't have that much room to slide the mouse, you know. How was I supposed to know the top road was gonna run out? That's what I get for second guessing. There's a difference between predicting and second guessing, you know. It's a matter of trust. Okay, there we go. No. 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 No.
Stop, that's really cute. That's like really fucking cute.
Why? Whomst? Joseph Priestley on a canoe. 4 nuns in a tiny cabbage. The future poop! The future poop! The people who pooped futuristically. Ah! There was a woman boob in the road that I couldn't see because the road was blue! I mean, this is still better than the worst we've had to endure in other missions, but still. But hole!
Still my butt?
An entire anus. A whole butt. A new car. Oh! Ow! Ow! No! Moon salt. Put them on your moon chips. With your moon burger. The killings, surely. Because they wouldn't... Would they have known that Junko was even in there to begin with? Oh, the octahedrons are back! I don't want to access the octahedron. Oh, I actually avoided them all this time for once. That makes a nice change. Twee. Ah! No! I don't have that much desk space to bounce along. Spare me. Are we there yet? You know, part of the reason why I like this must be because it reminds me of fucking the Forgotten Road. The caramel. Those were some very bullshit wrong answers. Oh,
you are... Yes?
But yes, it looks like the Forgotten Path from Clonratir.
It's all coming together.
You know, that's where you can find Kanye West on the moon.
Got it.
Wems?
Use the surveillance cameras. You were trying to lure the Future Foundation by showing them the footage you were recording, weren't you?
The surveillance cameras? That's what they were being used for?
No, they were there just to get some sweet, sweet Kazuichi ass pics.
In the previous Killing School life, the surveillance camera footage was broadcast outside of the school.
Tete
You
Typhoon.
used the cameras that were placed throughout the entire island for the same purpose.
Ding ding ding! I was broadcasting the Killing School trip live to every member of the Future Foundation.
The footage you recorded with the surveillance cameras was shown to the Future Foundation? What shall I do? I did a lot of disgraceful things in front of those cameras.
Good grief, Sonia.
You sure did.
Oh!
I will never be queen now. Please forget what you saw.
So you guys were watching us? Then why didn't you come rescue us earlier?
We tried to hack in many times, but the wireless within the program blocked us at every turn.
Not only that, the Neo-World program is shutdown commands from the outside. As a last
that was
resort,
an
we considered
exchange.
cutting power to the
Holy
program,
shit.
but
We didn't know what would happen to the subjects if we cut the power while the program was still running. There's no way we'd jeopardize your safety by taking such a gamble.
Even so, we kept trying over and over again, until it was finally possible for us to enter the program just a short time ago.
Spent too much time freaking her bean for the cameras.
And you came all the way here when you knew it was a trap. I get it. You couldn't just leave them alone.
Well, we don't know that for certain, though.
If you saw people dying one by one with your own eyes by the same killing game you guys played, hope dictates that you act all high and mighty and say, "Oh, I'm definitely gonna stop it this time, right?"
Hey, don't tell me that's the reason you made us go through all this.
Of course we made you do it for that reason.
She's... brain movement. She's using her own ultimate despairs for this because that's what fans of the first game would do. Take their own people of their choosing who happen to be 16 in number and arrange them into a killing game to emulate the first game, and that's what Junko herself did. She made her own fan game, and that's Danganronpa 2.
We orchestrated this game instead of killing you outright, so we just show it off to the Future Foundation.
We were forced to solve puzzles and riddles just so you could show it off to the Future Foundation?
That's why you guys are chumps. You're just the bait I used to catch a big fish called the Future Foundation. But it's not my fault, you know. This game is a fight between the Future Foundation and me. You guys were just instigators in the background. But you guys already knew that when you chose to play this game, right?
Just 1 second, please! That sounds as though we...
As though we wanted to come to this world of our own free will.
But that's precisely the truth.
You guys chose to be instigators, and you were willingly taken into the Neo World program. To provide the opportunity I needed to push this battle between hope and despair into overtime. That's right. The reason the Ultimate Despairs began killing each other was set up by the group itself.
That's just your imagination.
Naive Makoto totally fell for the trap. Oh, and now your face is filled with a lovely shade of despair!
Whoa, that despair is fucking obvious! You're here to rescue the assholes who set this up in the first place!
Ah, the booty garden.
Don't go blaming us for this!
Thank you! It's all thanks to you guys! This time around, I might be able to fill these guys with despair!
We do not feel despair. Even if this was all a trap, we will never regret coming here.
And this is the only thing we could do to stop you. But nevertheless, it's all over. We will shut you down and end all of this.
I'd like to imagine that just while this is going on, elsewhere in the Future Foundation's headquarters, like, Hina and Hiro just sort of, they're just having a coffee break, donuts, TikTok fuck the walls in the background, just sort of freaking out.
You're pretty fucking desperate! Oh, that's pretty fucking obvious. If you don't initiate the shutdown, those Future Foundation fuckwits are gonna be trapped here forever.
Trapped? Why would that happen?
Didn't I already explain it? You know, the
It
graduation exam rules.
The approval of the future. So even if they choose to leave...
But that's not all, right? In order to pass the graduation exam, there was one more requirement.
Oh, I lost so much health just on the fucking salted moon bagel.
As I recall, we also need the teacher's final decision.
Feels very much like the real world.
Obviously, there's no way I'd let the members of the Future Foundation graduate. So if you can't activate the shutdown, the Foundation will enter the endless life of repeating the grade!
That's only if the shutdown sequence doesn't activate, right?
But that's impossible. Everyone here understands how dangerous it is to release you into the real world.
We know that. All too well. I mean, she's been bad-mouthing us this whole time.
Oh. Looks like you shouldn't have talked so much. Out of the mouth comes evil, so they say.
It's
There we
true
go.
that we fell for this trap, and that we run the risk of not being able to go back. But what's wrong with that? Thinking we'd back down because of something like that is a huge mistake.
That's my line. Thinking your little shutdown plan will succeed is a huge mistake.
Huh?
You're totally overestimating those chumps over there. There's no way they'll start the shutdown sequence.
Why not?
Look upon their faces. They look like piglets who were forced to watch their mom roasting on a spit.
Or three little pigs who play the piano whilst sausages made of their father hang in a picture frame behind them in the 50s or the 20s or whichever decade that cartoon was from.
There's no fucking way they'll initiate the shutdown just to go back to being ultimate despair.
That is... well... Junko, I don't care what you say. I've decided to believe in everyone. It's true that they walked the wrong path before. But that's all in the past now. What I believe in is not their past, but their futures.
Future.
I was totally waiting for a protagonist to fly like that when I crushed you with despair.
I'm not proud I can do
No matter
that.
what
I
you
just
do
know I
to me,
can.
I will never fall into despair.
Horny Junko is best Junko. Why wasn't she more in the last game?
Wrong. I'm not the one who's gonna make you fall into despair. That's the Mastermind's job, and they'll be appearing very soon.
Excuse me?
Mastermind?
Mastermind? Someone else is coming?
That can't be. It's just a bluff.
You should never make the last character who appears in a detective story turn out to be the mastermind. But I always fall into that pattern, so I was kind of worried about that.
Enough already. What are you talking about?
Oh well, let's bring him out with lots of energy. It's Mr. Izuru Kamakura!
Izuru Kamakura?
Well, this seems like a classic, a Dark Deva of Destruction, yes. This seems like a bit of a flawed way of thinking. Just because there's someone who holds two contradictory roles doesn't mean that they're the same
name
person.
of the founder of Hope's Peak Academy?
It seems dangerous to assume that the founder was also the Ultimate Hope, not to mention a little bit Marty Stew narcissistic. Would it not just be safer to assume that the Ultimate Hope was named after the founder? Of course, Thomas Jefferson.
Beneath the portrait of the Academy's founder. That name. It was definitely Izuru Kamakura, right?
However, based on the information I know, the man known as Izuru Kamakura...
If I recall, he's a super genius who acquired many talents. He was even called the Ultimate Hope, right?
The Ultimate Pope.
Does the founder have the same name as that Ultimate Hope guy?
Is that kind of coincidence even possible?
Well, yes.
The future foundation might know something, right?
How about it, Kyoko?
Even within Hope's Peak Academy, there's very little information about a person called Izuru Kamakura. It's a mystery if such a person ever really existed. And not just that, the matter was closed without ever being settled because of that incident.
If you do not know, then please allow me. Providing hopelessly skilled explanations is a quirk of mine.
I'm still not over the fact that hopeless is an anagram of P-slosh.
The reason Izuru's existence continues to be such a mystery is because the Academy hid it.
Why did the Academy hide his existence?
Because death.
If I recall, they were trying to protect their superior talent. They even called it mankind's hope, correct?
However, that prodigious student ended up killing 13 student council members at Hope's Peak Academy. Izuru is the killer responsible for Hope's Peak Academy's biggest, most awful event.
And you're the one who set it up, right?
Information about Izuru completely vanished after that incident.
We thought Junko Enoshima killed them? Oh, don't say such cruel things. Izuru Kamakura is very much alive. Isn't that right, Hajime?
I had a feeling, connecting the dots, of Hajime having that memory of Nagito, and yet, mastermind, someone other than Nagito bringing a remnant of Junko to the island. I'd be lying if I said that this surprises me.
What?
Ooh.
I am... What?
Like I said, you're Izuru Kamakura.
Huh?
Alrighty. If you don't understand, I'll explain it to you till you do understand.
Bear with. I mean, off the top of my head, if Izuru Kamakura, the Ultimate Hope, was created as a product of the Hulk Cultivation Program, I'm going to stick with that, then that would have been... like, that would have happened during the school years. So, if the personality of Izuru Kamakura, the Ultimate Hope, was created during the school life and then injected into someone who otherwise had no talents, then the memories of being Izuru would be removed when the memories were removed when they were taken to Jabberwock Island. So it's possible!
You're Izuru Kamakura, you're Izuru Kamakura, you're Izuru Kamakura, you're Izuru Kamakura, you're...
Sorry, that was a good beat.
Seriously, what are you talking about? Liar! There's no way.
I have a bad habit of laughing to a specifically catchy beat. Or just being a clown for it, but that's neither here nor there.
But Hajime is...
That's right. Hajime is one of those reserve course dropouts and has no talent whatsoever. But the fact that he's really Izuru Kamakura makes all this much more hopeless.
Yay, we shall debate. So many truth bullets. Well, I was thinking thoughts about the Hope Cultivation Program. I'm just gonna hope that that's relevant. Hope! Haha!
Good news, Hajime! Even though you were mocked for being a reserve course student, he had a talent all along! Ultimate hope!
I think this is the first time I called something in this game. Am I not wrong?
In order to hide Izuru's identity, was he hidden in the reserve course?
Then Hajime's name is fake?
Don't look at way.
There's no doubt I'm Hajime Hinata.
Hey, Hajime finally spoke at a debate.
I've always had that name ever since I was born.
Then Izuru is your fake name?
Hey, you weren't lying to us, right?
I do not want any more last-minute plot twists.
Could it be created hope?
Boom.
That must be it.
Then I was right.
Created hope. Are you talking about the Hope Cultivation Plan?
Hope Cultivation Plan. What is that?
A while back,
I
saw
like
a
how
file
that's
sent
like
by the
the
Future Foundation.
That's how they're gonna
For
finish
many
this off, I
years,
think, by
Hope's Peak
having.
Academy was researching a breakthrough plan
That's
to
pretty damn
cultivate
cool.
personal talent.
It's true, it was a breakthrough plan. After all, it was a plan to create the perfect genius.
Create? For the longest time, the Hope Cultivation Plan was the earnest wish of Hope's Peak Academy. In fact, that's why the Academy was established. Part of that plan was researching the talents of Ultimates. Because the plan was so important, they adopted the name of the Academy's founder, and called it the Izuru Kamakura Project.
Izuru Kamakura Project?
Just a little while ago, they were finally able to reach the experimental stage of that plan.
So that's the key element there, just a little while ago, i.e. within the time frame that will have been deleted when they were put into the Neo World program.
From there, they set their sights on the reserve course dropouts to use them as lab rats.
Why did they use the reserve course as lab rats?
A plan to create talent artificially requires test subjects that are wholly lacking in talent. From that group of reserve course students, the one who was finally chosen was Hajime, who stands before you now.
Why me?
Because you admired Hope's Peak Academy more than anybody else. You still don't get it? You were used by the Academy. They exploited your feelings of admiration toward hope and talent just to use you as a lab rat.
What?
See? Didn't I tell you? The moment you cling to talent and hope, despair has already set in.
Lies. That's definitely a lie.
And after many surprises, Hajime Hinata was transformed into Izuru 1.0!
Did you say transformed?
What did they do to him?
Unless you're willing to go to extremes, it's impossible to change a normal person into a perfect genius. So naturally, they went to extremes. By directly interfering with his brain, Hope's Peak Academy transformed Hajime Hinata
They heebledy-beebledy-beaved and freaked his bean.
into a completely different person whose specialty is talent itself, known as Izuru Kamakura. Eventually, Izuru became an ultimate despair, thanks to me. But all I did to Izuru was simply break his spirit. That's nothing compared to what Hope's Peak Academy did to him. Not even close.
Hang on a minute. What does that actually say? The warning comes to the South Korean economy, escalating tensions between the government have been by homes, cars, and other borrowing has led to had debt the prompt. What the fuck is this background?
Where did that even come from? That's just.
Seriously, it's scary how determined the researchers were to mess with the human brain that much.
Extreme ultimate lorem ipsum.
Doing such inhumane acts that nobody else is capable of with such a calm mind and a steady hand. I admire it so much, it makes my mind numb. By the way, you're just a simple avatar right now, so even if you touch your head, you won't feel the scar.
Did they really do something like that?
But if you think about it, if Hajime gets out of here, he's gonna be a super genius, right?
He'll be super genius, what?
Like I said, he's not Hajime. He's a completely different person whose specialty is talent itself.
Different person? How is he different?
All of his senses, emotions, thoughts, and hobbies that interfere with acquiring talent have been excised.
Huh?
All of his memories of the past have been forcefully suppressed into the darkest recesses of his mind.
Huh?
Emotions, thoughts, hobbies? He doesn't even have a memory?
It sounds like he is a completely different person.
Really, Sonia?
So that's why it's so surprising that Hajime even exists here at all, even if he's just an avatar. The Neo World program must have dug up those memories and rebuilt his old personality from data from the past.
I cannot help but feel impressed that the Neo World program was able to accomplish such a feat.
But as for Hajime, he probably would have been better off if he stayed erased.
Then, when Hajime returns to his original state after the shutdown,
he'll disappear.
Disappear?
All that will remain is Izuru Kamakura, an entirely different personality created by Hope's Peak Academy. He will no longer be Hajime Hinata.
And the name Hajime does mean beginning. He began as Hajime and ended up as Izuru. I wonder if that was intentional. Oh, he's doing the thing. He's burning. Hello there. It me. Look at that fucking hair.
Oh shit, son.
It just seemed fitting given that face.
Hajime?
Was that me? No, that's not me!
That's what you are. That's who Izuru Kamakura is. You're the one who brought me into this world. You're Izuru Kamakura, the mastermind behind all of this.
Could it be? The one who uploaded you into the Neo World program was...
It's not
But I
me!
just ate though. Anyway, where are we?
What's going on?
Just so you know,
I'm
as long as your brain has been messed with,
food, but
you
if I
can't
was
undo
green,
it,
I
no
would
matter
die.
how hard you try.
Yeah, oh dear.
Have no way to be saved, you say? But you already know what you must do.
I mean, the way to strictly be saved would be to graduate. I'm not saying do it, but the answer to this question...
Need to choose graduate then.
Like, if he graduates, Hajime will be uploaded back into his body, but he's being used, though!
In that case, the Hajime avatar will be uploaded into his real body. So, Hajime will be safely
True point,
reborn.
Elliot.
Truly a royal road to a hopeless, happy ending.
Hold on. You can't do that.
If you do that, everyone who died will be taken over by Junko's alter ego.
Like, if you guys don't start the shutdown, the Future Foundation will be trapped here. I can't allow the Future Foundation to sacrifice themselves for the ultimate despairs.
Jeez, you should have said so before. You guys aren't honest at all.
That's not it. What we're saying is...
We have to protect the world from despair, you say? Okay, that's getting so old. Do you really have to sacrifice yourselves just to protect the world in the first place? What if the world's hope is different from your hope? Even if the world is happy, it's meaningless if you aren't happy.
That's debatable.
Plus, the Future Foundation wants to kill all the ultimate despairs, right?
Well, if you kill the members of being ultimate despairs, that's killing them without harming the body. So,
Once you go back to being ultimate despair, the Future Foundation's punishment time will activate. It would be absolutely dreadful dreadful if that were to happen.
Not just dreadful.
It's rather fucking hopeless, don't you think?
And can you guys even endure that? Everything that happened here will just end up being a meaningless game. Everything you felt, awe, friendship, love, there won't even be save data left of it. The girl you love and the guy you hate grow weaker and skinnier each day they lay immobilized. And in Hajime's case, his very existence is going to disappear. All because of the academy he loves so much. Will you be able to endure such despair? Who are you going to endure it for? For people you've never met before? For people who don't even appreciate you? Does that sound like hope to you?
You can't believe her! That's how she works!
That's what she does, so she can lure you all toward despair.
There is no reason to listen to her. Hurry up and start the shutdown.
Oh, hold on.
What is it? Why are we still waiting? Do you still not understand what's going to happen to the real world if Junko escapes?
No.
Like, that's a really convincing point that, like, everything else could just wait. Just do the thing.
How many victims do you think the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history has claimed?
Right now, it's finally started to calm down. If Junko Enoshima makes it to the real world, countless victims will fill the streets. The world will regress to an era of bloodshed, chaos, and worldwide rioting.
So, the world as it currently is.
So that's why you're telling them to start the shutdown sequence? To prevent that? You're telling them to turn back into ultimate despair and lose all the memories they made in this world. Even among them, there are those who will simply cease to exist. And you're telling them to just deal with it?
At this point, this is the only way.
No. There is another way. As long as they choose to graduate, they can pass along their avatar's memories, and everyone here will be able to hold hands and keep on living. Well, everyone who died will be taken over by me, but don't you think that's a better fate than being a vegetable for the rest of their life?
That's vegetable racist.
You guys, you can't buy into this. Think carefully about which is true hope.
Like, that's like insulting to Mr. Potato Head.
And which is true despair.
What shall we do?
You're asking us? You're telling us to decide?
Damn it! Why'd it turn out like this?
Really? We're debating this now? What even are we?
If everyone can overcome despair,
Well,
you guys should be able to grasp true hope.
what is even happening up
If
there?
our memories up until now disappear, I will not even remember the reason everybody died.
This is
Are you really going to let her take over your friends'
interesting
bodies?
to watch.
You might think I'm a fool, but I want to see Peko one more time.
If we turn back into ultimate despair, the Future Foundation might kill us, right?
We won't let them do that.
This is all the Future Foundation's fault. They're the ones who
I
stuck
suppose
us
it's
in
because
this
Hajime's
messed
having a
up
blue
world.
screen of death moment internally.
For your protection.
I mean, that would explain
If
everything.
Junko
Yeah.
escapes to the real world, there will be countless victims again.
I know, but
Everyone's hope is in conflict. Such despair!
Okay. This is good. Yum. Just blew up the universe.
I can't do it.
Huh? You can't do it?
I can't choose. You guys are telling us the world's going to be destroyed unless we sacrifice ourselves. And that, I can't decide. I can't choose either one.
You need to let go of the intrinsic value of human life. It's all a lie after all, my dear.
Hajime!
Shut up! Leave me alone!
Sounds like a really dangerous thing to say out loud now that I say it out loud.
This is just too much. Why do I have to be a part of this? I mean, I'm different from the rest of you. And I don't even have a talent. But even so, I got dragged into this. And now, my existence is going to disappear?
So?
I don't understand it at all.
Both choices are hopeless.
How much of ourselves do we have to sacrifice?
This burden. Don't you dare make us shoulder it.
It's the lives of many of us as the lives of a few. How could you be so
There's no
selfish
way
or
we can
whatever?
handle this on our own.
Everyone, get a hold of yourselves.
It's impossible! For someone like me, it's impossible. I can't choose the future! Hope, despair, do whatever you want. It's not my problem!
I mean, there is an interesting thought experiment to go from this.
And there's no answer.
You and
So you've
all of
chosen
your
to make no
closest
choice
friends
at all.
are all going to
Might want to speak
die.
up a bit.
Oh dear. Hypothetically, you and all your closest friends are going to die. Or you push a button so that all your needs are met for the rest of your lives and you and all your closest friends are the only ones in the world who survive. Would you rather save everyone who matters to you or save everyone who doesn't matter to you and fuck over everyone who does? So this is actually an interesting question to be asking. And
it depends on the context in which you ask as well. Because in the context of this, sure, save the rest of the world. In the context of the real world, fuck the world! It's a hellhole! The fewer humans there are, the easier it is to keep tabs on what's going on and make sure that everything's not going to go to shit. Am I a psychopath?
Once again,
I'm
this
playing
is
too much
exactly as
Danganronpa.
I expected. I get so hopelessly bored when everything goes according to plan. Oh well, since I have everyone's data, I kind of figured things would play out like this. That is, unless something else hopelessly unpredictable happens. Well, I can say that, but the chance of something convenient happening is hopeless. After all, this is a game. A world where everything progresses with predetermined harmony. Fine, I guess it's okay. You don't have to force yourself to make a choice. A futureless future. I think it's fine if that exists too. As long as you don't yearn for hope, you'll never fall victim to despair. That goes for me too. As long as I don't yearn for despair, I'll never need to hope for it. So, let's all free ourselves from this curse and stay here as the best of friends.
It's a delicious paradox, isn't it?
Let's immerse ourselves in this tropical island life forever and ever. Forever and ever and ever and ever.
Can you imagine, like, chilling out on the island and there's just this, like, 50-foot tall Junko, like, chilling out with you? That'd be really weird.
It's like that one advert for that one travel agency, except you won't know about that because it's in the UK. It vaguely reminds me of Le Fabuleux Destin d'Amélie Poulain. Oh, she's using the Phantom Ruby. Ooh, coconuts. Ooh, moisture. Oh no, there's trees! Good.
Those look more like blueberries colored brown than actual
Again
coconut.
reset.
And with this, the world will continue to loop.
Oh dear.
An eternal game utopia sounds like fun.
No.
I guess it's fine to stay like this for a while.
Okay. It's snowing on Mount Fuji?
I'm just kind of surprised there's
Master,
even a debate
that is a
about
nice
this
poem.
without wanting to repeat because, like, they're all blind. Or one of them's blind or
There's
whatever.
no way I would forget.
Right?
And with this,
Gouge out their
Junko's
eyes
gone.
because they'd rather have Junkos shoved in them?
All right, let's party!
I'm gonna showcase my full cooking ability.
Just leave the BGM to Ibuki!
No.
Hey, can I take a picture to commemorate this?
You had no personality.
Want to be awed by the sight of my prowess?
I've prepared you a training regiment.
Husbando!
Ooh, if you get hurt, let me know.
Should I begin with a brief introduction of myself?
Oh my god. That was a voice.
After all this time?
Yeah, but...
All right, a game reset.
And with this, the world will continue to loop.
Yeah, but...
An eternal game utopia sounds like fun.
Yeah, but...
I guess it's fine to stay like this for a while.
Young master, that is a wise call.
What?
Yay! You didn't have to forget us.
Yes, there's no way I would forget.
Everything is wrong.
And with this, Juko's gone.
All right, let's party!
I'm gonna showcase my full cooking ability.
I'm just pleased that Toto's using his accent.
Just leave the BGM to the movie. Hey, can I take a picture to commemorate this?
Want to be awed by the sight of my prowess?
Coconut.
I've prepared you a training regiment.
If you get hurt, let me know.
Should I begin with a brief introduction of myself?
Good voice.
After all this time?
That's not it.
Oh.
You guys aren't part of the game, right?
That was different.
Ooh.
All right.
And with this, the world...
An eternal game.
I guess it's fine to stay...
Young master. Yay! Yes, there's...
And with this,
I want to absorb that because that seems like it's the way out.
Just leave the BG... Hey, can I take...
Want to be awed by the...
I've prepared you a...
If you get hurt...
Should I begin with a brief introduction of myself?
After all this time?
That's not it. You guys aren't part of the game, right?
Mental pollution contamination, that's a fun phrase. This is so weird and I love it.
All right. A game reset.
And with this, the world will continue to loop.
Shut up, Nagito.
An eternal game utopia.
This world.
So that was fun.
Who are you?
I'm so glad they're doing this, though. I've always got a thing for games that
I'm
break
just
their
a part
formulas.
of the game.
She knows.
You guys
Last
aren't,
minute.
right?
Well, fuck you. That was a really good one.
Is that you?
You're welcome.
I don't know.
Does this mean you're my memory of Chiaki? Because you should have already disappeared. Oh, well.
It's moments like these that make me say that this game is only good, like, it's only as good as it is because it has the previous game to build on. Like, if you had this without the context of the first to build on,
Don't you think they're messed up?
it wouldn't be as intense, I think.
Telling us the world's
Well,
going to be
it's a good thing it's a
destroyed.
sequel then.
And to
Yeah, exactly.
sacrifice ourselves? There's no way I can choose.
Yeah, I heard about that. Kokorov writing a song for Doritos, and it's just not as good as standard Doritos.
For someone like me,
Doritos.
I'm just not able to choose.
Oh! That! I had not heard about, because I'd heard that apparently she was, like, flying out to Cyprus to seal a deal, and now she's turning it down. Okay, I could live with that.
Seriously, I've had enough. I'm tired of being mixed up in all this stuff I don't understand. Not only was I told that I have no talent at all, but if I get out, I'll go back to being ultimate despair. And on top of that, I was told I'm going to disappear too. Isn't that messed up? Hey, you don't want that either, right? I mean, if we lose our memories, there won't be a single trace of your existence left.
Now, Rubek I knew about. Apparently his song is kind of like, I've only heard Alexander Wellman's song from MGP, and and I've not heard Alexander Rubek's, and apparently it's like the love child of Still in Love with You and Love, Love, Peace, Peace.
You're going
I wonder who I'm quoting in
completely
saying that.
disappear, and none of us will ever remember you.
No, I won't.
Huh?
Even if I cease to exist, even if you guys never remember me again, that doesn't mean I will completely disappear.
Oh, the second death theory.
As long as everyone continues to move forward toward the future we created together, I will never disappear. What I lived for, fought for, and risked my life for will still exist.
You didn't just risk your life, you lost it, dear.
You're right, but...
You're probably just scared, right? Not just of disappearing. You're scared of moving toward the future with such a heavy burden, right?
Yeah. I'm scared. I'm obviously terrified of that.
But yeah, just to circle back to what we were saying before. Yeah, I like it as well when games have like final moments like that.
How much longer are you going to be this indecisive?
Like they reuse existing mechanics in different ways for the sake of making a point. I appreciate that.
Huh? Didn't you want to become someone with confidence? Isn't that why you admired Hope's Peak Academy?
But even Hope's Peak Academy tricked me.
Hajime, you've had it wrong this whole time.
Wrong?
Having talent isn't the goal. There's something much more important than whether or not you have talent, right? What's important is that you believe in yourself.
Of course, because it was written by a very traditionally Japanese... Like, that's such a Japanese moral. Believe in yourself.
If you can't do that,
no matter
how much talent you possess, you will never be confident in yourself.
I need to go higher. There we go.
Just like how you were in the past.
You? Hey, who are you? I mean, you should have already disappeared, right?
But past Hajime is in the past. He's not the same Hajime who spent time with me and the others in this world. So it's going to be alright. I think it's time you finally had confidence in yourself.
Bless your soul, Chiaki.
Hey, Chiaki. Can you tell me something? Which choice should I make?
The right one.
The world's hope? Which one should I choose?
You guys are the only ones who have the right to decide your future. And the responsibility, too.
I'm so glad it's Chiaki giving the speech and not Himiko from the next game because she speaks so fucking slowly.
I should choose it for myself?
But if you can't choose either future, why don't you just create one?
Create?
Even if this world is just a game, you guys aren't part of the game. You guys don't have to just choose a future. You should be able to create one as well.
See, that's all well and good, but I really prefer making decisions if they're multiple choice. Real life me talking here.
Can do that?
Since you're not part of the game, you don't have to worry about talent, skill, or level. You guys have a tremendous ultimate move that can overcome anything. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you just do it, things will turn out okay.
If I do it, things will turn out okay.
Of course, games aren't very fun when they're easy to clear.
But this isn't a game, right?
Hey, Hajime, this isn't for the sake of anyone else. You have to do this for yourself.
The impression I get from the demo is yes, that's exactly what Himiko would say.
Now then, it's about time you show me your cool side, Hajime. Come on, I'll help out too.
Help?
Fusion, ha! And then they all fucked. Hello, friends.
I have no talent at all. I was even betrayed by the academy I admired so much. I don't want to disappear. I'm not Izuru Kamakura. Who cares what will happen to the world? I don't want to sacrifice myself. It's not like I'll be appreciated anyway. There's no way we can beat Junko. It's the Future Foundation's fault. Not mine. I can't choose the future.
Then don't choose, create.
See, if you just do it, things will turn out okay.
Thank you.
You should even be able to create the future.
Please. Don't tell me I need to go through the entire thing every single time just to recapture the thing and shoot down every single statement. Just... I'm assuming that's where this is going.
I have no talent at all. I was even betrayed by the academy.
Oh good, so this is just fun times then.
I don't want to disappear.
I like the fact, if I may, that, like...
Who cares what will happen to the world?
I don't want to something about the fact that his response to all of this is just...
It's not like
someone cool! It's just really fascinating.
There's no way we can beat...
Thank goodness
don't
for
miss one of these
hitboxes.
Even so, not mine. Even so, I can't choose the future. Even so,
Oh, jiggle physics. But to the entire body.
No matter what kind of future it is, as long as you guys move toward it, I will never disappear. Everything that happened here, it won't be meaningless. If you guys carried the burden of both
Oh,
hope
it's so
and
weird to
despair,
actually see one of these
you
character
should
models
even be able
talking.
to create the future.
What is up with that? That's
Even
weird.
if it's a convenient miracle, if you just do it, things will turn out okay. That's why you can't hesitate now. Resolve to throw everything away and give it everything you got. I'll be cheering for you too.
Chiriaki Nanami. Like teriyaki, but happier. Chiriaki. She was an angel all alone.
Reminds me.
There is only Nightmare Moon. Eee!
Oh my god.
I forgot to say it again.
Oh. Button mashing?
I will not even remember.
Wake me up inside.
If we don't rid the world of
Save me!
the tragedy will start once again.
I am mashing the mouse in a weird way.
If we turn back into ultimate despair, he might be killed by the Future Foundation, right?
This is your responsibility.
infinite
since
time
you're
in the
ones
corner.
Who fell to despair.
It's so strange.
So
all
erotic
of
looking. The bullet.
It's the
Phallic,
Future
I mean.
Foundation.
Same difference.
They're both hope and they're both despair.
You notice how all of the
conclusion will
characters
never be
look
fucking
like
reached.
nightmarish and weird, except the ones from the last
Can't
game?
lose hope.
Oh dear, this is very suggestive. Oh no!
Even remember.
Oh, no!
Why everyone died.
You can't lose hope.
The memories
Ever
we
play
made
No More
will
Heroes
not
by
even
any chance?
remember everyone
No,
died.
but I've seen it and I know exactly what you're referring to. Also, I'm not even doing anything. This is all automatic. And literally just... He's standing there going, "There's a
Your
future!"
responsibility.
It's not our responsibility. It's the Future Foundation.
They're both hope and they're both. A conclusion will never be.
Oh,
No,
we've
that's
opened the
wrong.
no. We have the power of the future. These future nuts.
It won't just be
Oh, he's
hope.
going Super Saiyan.
There will probably be a lot of despair, too. I don't know what kind of future awaits us.
Nagito-colored hair.
But our futures are ours. I won't let anyone take them.
Huh? Who the hell are you?
I've decided.
Future dick.
I'm done running away.
The penis with all the power of the future.
I will fight for my future. I will
Holy
fight alongside
shit,
the
it's
future
Trunks.
that everyone created for me. It's not for anyone else's sake but my own.
Don't tell me. Izuru? Hey, what the heck is going on? Is this a serious bug or something?
I am not Izuru Kamakura. I am Hajime Hinata!
I am the beginning place of the sunny place. Oh, good. Do we have infinite slices? Because that'd be fun. Oh, future. Okay.
You despair because you yearn for hope. You yearn for hope because you despair. Let's finish this already. There's no need for you to choose. Close your eyes and cover your ears. Just shut the hell up! If you do that, this game is gonna continue. If you don't want that, just turn off the game!
Even so,
Fight me,
You
Junko.
don't have to look at the hopeless future.
Slice!
I'll never let anyone choose again!
Angry boy. Oh. Straight into another one of these. Fun. Oh, those are some fancy shields.
I don't want anything. You have no argument. There's no hope. Just give up already. A miracle won't happen. What is this crappy feeling? I don't want anything. Izuru!
Really, she has a lady
You
boner
have
for
no
Izuru.
argument. The future will make you suffer. Just give up already. You're not hope. I don't want to lose anything.
I can't tell if this is the music or if Mary's meowing outside my
You're
door.
not hope. You won't be able to do it. You won't be able to do anything. No, that's wrong.
Oh, Chiaki having an incident. That makes it sound like she pooped my child.
What the heck is wrong with you? Why is there a bug like this?
What
all
kind
of
of
a
a
sudden?
response is that's wrong?
Everyone, let's shut this
The
game
right
down.
one.
Fucking...
But...
Don't you get it? If we start the shutdown sequence, we'll...
There's never only one choice to make. There's no way I'll allow things to end this way. The future everyone has created for us should have more possibilities than that. Let's leave this place with confidence, and from there we can just create it on our own. The future that we want.
Yeah, boy.
What are you saying? There's no way something that convenient is going to happen.
It wouldn't be strange if a miracle happened.
Oh, it's got the music
This
and
isn't
everything.
a game. We can change the future as much as we want.
Even if you talk big, if you leave here, you're just gonna forget everything. That goes for everyone else!
We just have to press these 2 buttons at the same time, correct? I wonder...
See, come to think of it,
I do
that's
not
also
really understand
a
it
really
myself,
symbolic
but-
way of saying choose your own thing, because, like, it's presented in such a way that your options are A or B, and it's implied that you can only pick one, but if you pick both at the same time, that implies you're choosing your own way by taking a third option.
I just
Symbolism.
saw it. When my body felt so heavy that I could not move.
She's a
when
magical
I felt
girl.
as though I was sinking into a deep black sea.
By the power of Croatia, I have the power!
It was at that moment I somehow heard Hajime's voice. And though it was just a flash, I saw it. Like a lighthouse beacon shining across
Croatia,
an ocean
lighthouse.
of darkness.
Woo.
A warm, yet resolute light.
Mom.
The one who shined that light, it was probably...
Please tell me everyone gets to go Super Saiyan now.
You saw it too, right, Hajime? The future we are going to create from this moment on. It is also the future that everyone has created, right? Then, there is no way we can stop now.
Seriously, that's a suicidal decision.
I'm well aware it might be an act of suicide. There's no telling how this will play out, but...
Super for you, Hiko. Baby gangster.
I heard her voice. In fact, I think it was the first time she ever yelled at me.
It's also a nice way to take both aspects of what
I
worked
can't
in
stand
the
on my own
first
2
game.
feet if she keeps treating me like a damn kid.
And
Again,
kind of combine them together.
Speak up a little bit.
I don't like thinking about complicated stuff. If there's someone strong worth fighting, I'll fight. It's just who I am, you know? That's what it means to be confident, right? Then, I'm gonna choose this!
And she just whips out a sandwich. I chose this sandwich. Was that wrong?
Man, this sure is getting annoying again. But if you're saying you're gonna do it, there's no way I can back out
I just realized his earrings are screws.
If I don't have any place to go back to, I should at least protect this place no matter what.
How does he even still have a tongue with teeth like those?
Why?
Do sharks have tongues?
Why? How can you guys throw yourselves back
I mean, the
into
one
the
in
depths
Jaws
of
did.
despair?
Because we believe.
Huh?
We believe in our future. That's what makes us different from you. We believe that if we try new things, even difficult things, that everything will turn out okay. We believe we can even create our own futures.
That's impossible. That can't be hope. It's not even despair.
Then stop thinking on a binary system. Open your mind. Become non-binary.
What is this?
Now that's the true answer.
Hajime, everyone, thank you.
I'm not the one you should be thanking.
Huh?
It's all because of Chiaki Nanami. Wow, I actually get points for this. Okay, which one is the 98 for, and which one is the, like, one of those will be the fucking moon salt, and I don't remember which one the other cause problem pant is. Well, whatever. 83 coins. Disappointing.
Well, let's get started.
I didn't think it would end this easily.
Huh? It's not the end, right?
This is just the beginning, right?
First, we need to let this game world end.
And from that point on, we are the ones who are going to create.
Woo! Taunch. Do not touch Spagoot. Somebody touch my spaghetti button. Well, this is fun. Though it does somewhat imply that if Usami had gone rogue, then another Usami would have appeared in order to do the shutdown sequence. Best use of this music so far, though. Second place goes to the first opening cutscene where it was like anime style rather than gritty Danganronpa style. She's getting her bean freaked. Freak that bean.
Oh my god, it's a God of War reference. That's so stupid.
But awesome though, is the rainbows. Yeah. Yeet.
And
This
now
count as
it's
an
at
execution.
Bayonetta. Okay, so first it was God of War, now it's Bayonetta. Holy fuck. Ah, this is cool. This is so cool.
Lol, oh my god, I can't believe they made rainbows a real thing. Lol.
Man, this is absolute despair. I feel despair upon despair and despair toward despair yet again. How fun. Once you've experienced the despair I've suffered, there's no turning back. Living in the shadows of past memories. That's too sad, you know? But I guess I no longer have to hope for despair.
Until the next game.
Is just so hopeless.
Rippin' pepperoni.
What was that just now? Why did Usami appear? She should have already disappeared.
I guess it's just as
Kyoko is
Hajime
not
said.
that short. Fuck off.
At least this wasn't the ending prepared for them. This was the ending they created.
Are you saying they're moving towards such an uncertain future on purpose?
Even so, the only thing we can do now is leave it to them.
Oh, I just realised as well. Because we're playing the game and we're bearing first-hand witness to all the killings, the implication is you with a capital Y, you the player are a member of the Future Foundation, you're fighting for a hopeful future because you were forced to bear witness to the killings too.
This game world is going to end soon.
Huh.
There
Like
is nothing
Blue's
more we
Clues
can
style
do.
you.
Oh shit.
Where you even get a page on about yourself on the wiki.
Regardless,
Because you're you.
there's no need for us to do anything.
Wait, really? Hang on.
You showed me that.
Did I? Hang on. Oh shit.
It's a true power of teamwork.
Man, it's collapsing.
You're right.
That's what he said.
I am sorry to trouble everyone, but even if we awaken in the real world and forget about what
The viewer,
transpired
usually
here,
referred to as you, is
It
a
will
character in
still
Blue's
have
Clues,
meaning,
situated and addressed to as part of the fourth wall.
course,
On occasion,
Mr.
you are classified
I know
as
the
the voice
proper way
of
to say
several
this,
children.
but
Steve and Joe, among other characters, talk to you through most episodes through the screen, the fourth wall. You are the viewers and of utmost important character to Blue's Clues. You have appeared in every episode, although are not credited as an official character. Although not having officially been credited, you are a true character as per taking part within the show itself.
You're so
What?
Now that it's the end, you should at least try a little
Well,
harder.
I
People
mean,
can't change that easily, you know.
Well,
That's
whether
good.
it has meaning or not,
it's a little better
it
than
all
the
depends on us now.
Time's almost up.
than the Metal Gear way of incorporating the viewer, player,
I'm
whatever.
pretty
So yeah,
scared.
sure. I'll
Where
go
the
with
player
it.
is identified as a GameCube memory card.
I am scared too.
Look, we had
But
enough
it's
with the
okay,
attack
right?
helicopters.
Makes sense
GameCube
to
memory
be
cards,
scared,
really?
Right?
That's the future.
Hey.
Hey, I'll never forget you guys. Or the others. You guys better remember me too. My name is Kazuichi Soda.
With your colorful personalities, there's no way I'd forget you guys that easily.
Even if I forget, I will use all my might and remember.
If you start talking weird later, Hajime, I'll beat you up till you turn back to normal.
That's a relief.
Oh, Milky Land puddings.
Make sure you hold back as much as you can.
face. This isn't Nick Jr. That's the noise for this face now.
Thank you. Thank you, Chiaki. Phew. I finally said it.
Well, this sure was a trial, in an interesting flavour of way. It was Flavor Cake, featuring Double P.
Me too. Thank you.
She is the meat who thanks.
I'll never forget about you guys. I'll never, ever forget.
Memory erased.
I'll be cheering for you guys from now on.
Nah, Futurama did it first.
From somewhere. 'Cause we're all friends after all.
Game over. Oh, okay. I'll never forget. How do you know that? Because we're tighter than bark on a tree.
Oh my
SpongeBob.
God.
Yeah, we got the dildo phone. Yes. I'm only going to go back so I can raise my child at some point on my own time, not on a stream. And that's the true despair of the matter, because it was all a lie. Well, it wasn't
Apparently
a lie.
they've finished the preparations. We can leave any time.
Then, I guess we should get going.
Hey, Makoto. Is this really okay? You're the one who said, leave the questions to me. So I let you take the lead. Are they really going to be okay? Didn't they just turn back into ultimate despair?
Clearly they've sailed all the way to Mafia Town.
I don't think that's the case. I mean, if they did turn back, they wouldn't have said that they'd stay on this island.
Perhaps they're thinking about helping their sleeping friends?
I can't really say for sure, but that's what I believe.
Whether they know it or not, the fact that they're already clinging to that feeling shows they're no longer who they were in the past.
It seems that there are too many soft-hearted people here.
But in reality, the possibility of those who are asleep waking up is close to zero.
Not necessarily.
No.
Oh, those are some
possibility
snazzy
isn't a
outfits.
problem.
But yeah, if they're able to create a synthetic personality to represent Chiaki, surely they can just... I mean, it would require the help of some programmers, but surely they can put together personalities as close as Make No Odds represents the personalities of those who died and upload them into the original bodies, if that's even possible, which I insist isn't, but whatever.
Possibility, they're still trying
Remind
to
me to
create that
ask
future for themselves. In their
Kyoko
eyes,
later
that is
where she got that outfit from, because I kind of want that now.
The smallest possibility.
Why is she wearing such a short skirt, though? Why not trousers like the other two?
Strangely enough,
I don't know, because
I have
it's
a
hot.
feeling that they'll be able to reach it. They've
She's also
accepted
got
their
gloves.
hopes and their despair.
Yeah, that's because she's Kyoko.
And they're trying to create
Yeah,
their own
I know,
future.
right?
Maybe, for people like that, miracles are inevitable. Don't you think?
As cheesy as ever. Seriously, you haven't grown up at all.
Haven't grown up?
That's the main reason we decided to come with you.
Well, who cares? I guess I'll respect your decision. This time. However, what comes next is going to be difficult for us.
It's another game. Whoa.
Leaving them on this island. If the higher-ups at HQ find out about this, it will definitely cause a scene.
We need to work on concealing it.
That's not a problem.
And what do you intend to explain to HQ?
About that. I was gonna think about it while I was on the ship.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Good luck. I'm not going to help you that much.
Huh? Why?
You should at least be glad that we decided to respect your decision.
Fine.
Oh. Now what was it?
Then let's go back as well. We're not even close to finished yet. There's still a lot we
Heather,
must
what
do.
was it that you misheard Who's There as in the Egg Golem and King Boom Boom songs?
Oh, slam.
Besides the Future Foundation, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is not finished. We must end this once and for all. for the sake of the future.
Come on and slam, and welcome to Japan.
It seems.
How do you
I
know
must
that's
fight
not what it
alongside
is,
you
by the
all
way?
for a little while longer.
Think.
Plus, there's someone waiting for
Yes?
you to return.
Don't make me remember something
Yes?
so horrifying.
Then let's go. We must create our own futures too.
And so, the ordeal has ended. And from here, our daily lives have started. Lives that are much more absurd, nonsensical, and irrational than before. Things are probably going to be a lot more difficult now. There's no such thing as an answered mystery.
Well, that's not true.
It's doubtful whether or not things will even end well.
Oh, it's moisture.
The future isn't a path. It's like an endless sea.
Seas?
You can try to go anywhere, but it doesn't mean you'll get there. Even so, I will keep on living. I will keep on living as Hajime Hinata.
Just scroll up and it's just got Izuru hair. Psych! No. He's got an adequate booty. Still not as impressive as Kazuichi's though.
My future lies here.
You can get Hajime talking like a film trailer. Ooh, the Epilogue. Sounds fancy.
So when did Hajime get the haircut?
Yes.
Like, it doesn't matter whose memories he still has the fucking wild hair, right?
Maybe. Huh. They didn't even bother translating the, like, ultimate swindler, but that's not what they were called. They haven't even credited the English. Like, why would they transliterate the names into English, but then not translate the English voice act, like, put in the English voice actors as, I'm not saying instead of the Japanese, but, like, as well, because it just seems a bit rude to not credit them.
Are you sure it's not just like one and then the other?
Well, it wasn't in the previous game, I don't think.
God damn it.
Okay, that's a good thing to bring up at this point, I suppose. Thoughts on this game? Heather, you're welcome to proceed.
One problem I have just in general with the way that sequels are made is oftentimes they want to make things more overblown and bigger and whatever. So even though the ideas at play and the way they're handled and perhaps the way they explore them is better, I almost always leave sequels feeling like they're far more sloppy than the first game. If a game really captures my attention and captures my love, it's usually because the entire thing feels pretty much perfect. Like there's very little you could take out or add in and have it still be the same game. Whereas the second game, it feels like they didn't either perhaps choose as much like of the whatevers, or just a lot of things felt like they could have been replaced. If that makes any sense. But I still think that the ideas they played with here are still better. A good follow-up to the first game. I just feel like the first game was perfectly tightly knit. This is typical sloppy sequel. But in a good way. I like it. Junko's hot, alright?
No! But, I mean, as I've been saying on several occasions, that's climax line drawing. Like, what I've been saying for the whole thing, this is good. It is a good game. It sounds like I'm about to say but no. It is a very good game, and I think it does deserve the praise that it gets. But as I've said, okay, there is a but in there. Like, it needs the foundation of the first game. Like, you need to see a Danganronpa done normally, in quotes, before this game gets to the level of good that it is. So, in theory, this goes more to plan than the first Killing game did. But the first Killing game had to go the way it did, like, in a sense of, all cards on the table, you're inside the school, that's not a secret. So for this to be, like, it relies on the knowledge of, okay, this is the concept of how a Danganronpa game goes, for this to have the same impact that it does. And I mentioned before as well how I like that, the characters aren't just carbon copies of previous of characters. You know, there isn't any way of saying, oh, you know, Gundam, for example, is the Hifumi of two. No, obviously he's not. But like, you can't say that with any combination of characters.
But
and for the most part, I like how they expand on the trials. I'm sort of half and half over the trials are so much longer and the case is so much longer, and that's good, but you have to sit down and play for longer, and obviously that means longer streams, and but it's like the trials are more involved, and I appreciate that they've added more stuff to it. I do think that the difficulty curve more or less picks up where the previous game left off, which is another instance of you need to play the first game before this. And as I understand it, they add even more in the next game. And I'm so glad that they fixed the fucking Hangman's Gambit, because one criticism that I have, though, is the impression that I've got, and I can't confirm this just yet, but it feels a bit too much like maybe this was written with the production of the anime in mind. Because there was mention of the ultimate therapist, ultimate neurologist, or whatever it was, and it feels as though elements were written into this game that could be then tied into the anime, and I also have hesitations about it. Like, I'm not a big fan of Pokemon Yellow because of how it's like the Pokemon anime is based on the games, so to then make a game based on the anime based on a game is sort of to play into the hands of soccer moms and like parents who don't get it, to say, oh, Pokemon, that's that game that's based on a TV show, isn't it? And like, it muddies the water somewhat, and I sort of forget where I was going with this. It's just, what? That's an interesting name. But does that make any sense? Like, I'm not gonna be all elitist and say, oh no, the games and the anime have to be separate entities. It's just, it feels somewhat excludey to say that, right, you can play the game and you get enough out of it, but you'll get even more out of it if you watch the anime as well. Like, you get certain amounts of whatever from playing the game, and a certain amount of whatever from watching the anime, but you need to watch them both to fully appreciate the thing. Like, well, what if you're not able to do that? You know, what if you're in a country that doesn't show the anime, and what if you speak a language that the anime isn't translated into, or whatever, you know? So I have some hesitations, but for the most part, it's still a very good game.
I don't consider that a weakness on the game's part, because I think artwork should stand as a creation, and if obviously they wrote the anime as well, then you know, that's just part of the expanded universe of the artwork. I guess in that sense, is art... There's a question for the ages. Is art that has no observer still art?
And that's another one I've heard about Danganronpa Zero, and that's directly referenced in this as well, where it's like, what if you can't access that manga? Like, it sort of feels like being consciously locked out of aspects of the game. And there's other. Okay, so Danganronpa If is in here, which I've heard about. I don't know anything about it, but I've heard a rough like explanation of what it is, kind of. And everything here is stuff that I intend to tackle by myself, like not as a video series, not as a stream. Which that seems like a fairly expansive game mode, and yet I'm still going to keep it to myself. That's quite all right. So I'm sort of impressed. You know, it was just over 3 hours. Like, we've had individual cases that were longer than this, and yet here we are. So unless there's anything else really urgent that needs addressing, that's it. That's the end of the stream. I mean, I wasn't going to abruptly cut it there. It's just, that's the end of the game. So.
God damn it, Tess! I was waiting for that.
No. It just feels like we should close it out a bit more properly. So, once again, to reiterate, as far as I can tell, all future streams are going to be on twitch.tv/Tessellating Hexagons. Link is in the video description and the stream description for those who are watching live. Shout out to you, by the way. Heartbeat, Elliot, anyone else who might still be here. So, this may well be the last YouTube stream. There is a bit of a catch to that, insofar as I don't know what I'm doing with Skyward Sword. I may come back to YouTube depending on how things pan out on Twitch, but conversely, as I understand it, if you get partnered on Twitch, then part of their terms and conditions is you can only stream on Twitch, which I would be fine with, because, as I said, all my other content is still going to be on YouTube and Patreon. It's just the streaming that's moving to Twitch, and I am in contact with people. I'm going to do my utmost to make sure that anything I stream to Twitch will be downloaded and uploaded onto YouTube, because there's nothing in the agreement that says you can't do that. So, probably tomorrow evening, and, tomorrow evening I'm going to do a test stream on Twitch, and all subsequent, like, that's gonna, I'm gonna use that as a means of getting back into once a week every Wednesday, depending on how Danganronpa V3 goes. And obviously, if that goes well, then Twitch permanently. If that doesn't go well, I'll tweak it and see if I can make a living on Twitch one way or the other. And if it doesn't work out, then I'll come back to YouTube, but for the most part, I'm probably going to move to Twitch permanently. For everything stream-related. Everything else, still on YouTube and Patreon. And, so this is quite a long-winded rant, I'm sorry. It's just, it's pertinent for those who like watching me live. Hello, I value your... When will Danganronpa V3 start? Probably, I would say at a guess... Well, it depends on when Heather's around, but I would say Wednesday of next week, if this week's test stream on Twitch goes well. I'll be making appropriate announcements on Twitter so people can stay abreast of that, because I know that, Heartbeat, you and I have been trying to get Weeble to sort of absorb Danganronpa V3, so solidarity there. Anything else you want to add, Heather?
I had fun.
Good, I'm glad.
Yes, nothing you predicted ever came wrong in this game at all. So, I mean, we can at least say that the streak isn't broken. You've lasted 2 games, now to go a 3rd.
Yeah, at this point,
Fuck.
I'm already thinking, when I play V3, I'll do whatever the prologue is, and assuming no one dies in the prologue, like, at the end of that stream, I will literally just... I will bash out some predictions there and then. Who will live, who will die? I'm not going to promise an order. I might refine that as the series goes on. We'll see what happens. Because, this was a fun game. And I finished at a reasonable time as well. It's only 25 to 12, and I'm trying to get back into a reasonable sleep. I'm trying to get into a reasonable sleep schedule. I should go. So thank you again for watching. This has been Danganronpa 2. Goodbye, despair. I will play some more on my own time just for the sake of achievements. I think is basically the only thing at this point. But hey ho, beetle toes, bees on toast. Have you ever shaved a bee? Have you ever had a dreams?
Bee fur coat. Now that would be...
He's a bee rug.
I'm not going there. Well, fine, bees? But I would... No!
Meow.
No, Tess, you can't do that!
Meow.
No!
Meow.
No!
We're getting weird. I'll end the stream now. Oh, that's true.
Is that what we're supposed to sound like during sex? Is that what I'm gathering?
Meow! That's been Limpshade. Well, it might appear in videos, you don't know. Anyway, good night, before I say anything else questionable. Meow.